A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
Cigarette that's first in the service presents the Abbott and Costello program. With the music of Leach Stevens and his orchestra, the songs of Connie Haynes and the Camel Quintet, tonight's guest, Miss Marlena Dietrich, and starring Bud Abbott and Lou Costello.
Oh, Costello.
Oh, Abbott.
Will you stop that noise? What are you doing here in the studio dressed in your bathing suit?
Well, I spent all day trying to get my car out of the swimming pool.
What was it doing there?
Don't you read the papers, Abbott? The government says you have to pool your car.
No, you dummy. They mean share the ride. You have to pick up people.
Oh, I did that yesterday. I picked up Helen, Mary, Rosie, and Josie.
But your car holds more than that.
Yeah, but now they only allow you 4 gallons a week. You can't get it.
Well, never mind that, Costello. Where have you been all week? What have you been doing?
Oh, boy, have I been having fun with Connie Haynes.
No kidding.
Last Saturday, I took her to a football game. What a game! What excitement!
Any passes?
No, her mother was with us. And another thing, Abbott, there was a man sitting next to us with a 6-month-old baby. All afternoon, the kid was crying. He was so hungry.
Well, didn't the father bring a bottle?
Yeah, but the kid wanted milk. Finally, to shut the kid up, I give him a penny.
Well, did that keep him quiet?
Yeah, but he kept waving the penny in front of my binoculars. It ruined the game.
How did it ruin the game?
All afternoon, Lincoln was playing in the backfield.
No. Well, forget the football game.
Much better this afternoon, huh?
Yes, a lot better. We've got other things to worry about. You know, our announcer, Ken Niles, is complaining because he didn't have enough to do last week. Isn't that right, Ken?
Yes, it is. After all, I could give the program a lift. I'm a shot in the arm.
You said it. You're a dope.
Now, don't be silly, Costello. Niles is very popular.
Why, sure. Right after the broadcast last week, a lot of women chased me up Hollywood Boulevard, and one of them caught me and threw her arms around my neck.
I saw that.
You did?
Yeah. Why did you snatch her pocketbook?
Now, cut it out, Costello. Now, I talked to Ken's wife, and she says he should have more lines. She says he's got talent. She says he's terrific. She says he's colossal.
She says this. She says that. I don't care what his wife says.
Well, I do. My wife is a wonderful person. She's as necessary to me as an umbrella in a rainstorm.
I'll take the umbrella. It's easier to shut up.
No. Now, why don't you be reasonable, Costello? Mrs. Niles is a very sweet girl.
Yes, she is. You know, she's a great deal like Sonia Henny.
You mean you have to keep her on ice?
Please.
Are you folks hearing us?
Now, wait a minute, just a minute. Now, that isn't fair, Costello. Now, let's get together here. Give Ken a chance to show what he can do.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Thanks, Bud. I'd like to read a little tidbit that I just happened to bring along.
Oh, this is going to murder you.
One night as I sat rocking on my chamber floor, came a knocking, gentle knocking on my chamber door. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. There, how'd you like that?
Don't look now, but the raven just laid an egg.
Hello, everybody, and hello, my fat little sugar man.
Oh, this voice of this kid is temporaneous.
Shh, quiet.
Hello, Connie.
Mr. Costello, honey, I'd like you and Mr. Abbott to meet someone. This is my Aunt Ruby.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Aunt Ruby. How do you like California?
Connie doesn't have enough to do.
Wait a minute. After all,
I listened to the program last week, and there should be more music. Connie ought to sing 45 songs. There's nothing but talk on the program. And who wants to hear a lot of talk?
Hold your hat. Here comes another race.
After all, Mr. Costello, I taught Connie to sing. Why, even I sang in New York, Philadelphia, Cincinnati, Cleveland, Chicago.
What about St. Louis?
They beat the Yanks. Ha-ha, ha-ha. I really struck you out that time.
You struck me out, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And you're just the old bat that can do it.
Wait a minute. Now, Just a second, Costello. You can't talk like that to Connie's Aunt Ruby. Maybe she's right. Maybe this program needs more singing.
Exactly. Everyone loves singing. Something like this. All through the night, there's a little brown bird singing. Oh, well, of course. You know I just had my tonsils taken out.
Have them put back in.
Costello, what right have you got to criticize? What do you know about singing?
Now, look, Abbott, if I hadn't come from such a large family, I'd have been a great singer.
What did the large family have to do with it?
I could never get in the bathroom.
Oh, no. Come on, Costello, make up your mind. Are you going to give Niles and Connie more to do or not?
Why should I? If I give them more to do, the first thing you know, even the sound man will want more to do.
And why shouldn't I? What did I have on last week's program? Nothing. Not even a door slam. I understand doors. I know doors inside and out. I talk to doors, and they talk to me.
Well, what do you hear from the knob?
Ah, well may you laugh. Little do you know how important every little sound is to me. Even the sound of a moth chewing on an overcoat. Like this.
What's that funny sound?
That's the moth spitting out the buttons.
Don't you think sounds are fascinating? Here is a sample of my day. When work is through, I walk home at night in the rain. I open the door. I go in and shut the door. Then I walk upstairs in the rain.
It's raining in the house?
Yes, we're waiting for a government ceiling.
You must have a better rider than us, huh?
I imagine so.
I jump into bed and sleep. It's morning.
What a night!
I've got to catch the train. I kiss my wife before I go to the office. My wife kisses me. I kiss her, and she kisses me.
Wait a minute. What about the office?
With a wife like that, why should he go to the office?
Lou Costello.
Yes, sir. Me?
Yeah. How's your spelling this week?
I can spell anything.
Okay. Spell crumpets.
Crumpets.
Yeah, crumpets.
Crumpets.
Yeah.
Crumpets. C-R-U-M-P-E-S.
Wait a minute. You left out the T.
Today, I gotta have crumpets without tea.
Well, why?
I lost my sugar ration card.
Now, wait a minute. Look,
Ration card.
Yeah. Look, anyway. Ration or ration. Look, around here, you can't forget any T's.
Why not?
Well, because with us, it's important. In fact, with any cigarette smoker, T ought to be one of the most important letters in the alphabet.
Is that right?
Why, sure. T stands for taste and throat. That's anybody's own personal proving ground for cigarettes. The T-zone. Now, of course, most people have tried Camels. But have you tried them lately, since you've been smoking more? Give Camels the T-zone test now. Ask your taste about Camel's flavor. You'll find it wears well, doesn't go flat. Ask your throat about Camel's mildness. It's the best judge you can find. Thousands of smokers who are making their own T-zone test advise Camels suit them to a T. Just remember that you're the one who's doing your smoking. For steady pleasure, try Camels. You'll find they're slow-burning, cooler smoking, richer tasting, milder, better. Because Camels are expertly and matchlessly blended of costlier tobaccos. So take a tip from your T-zone. Your throat and your taste will tell you. C-A-M-E-L-S. Camels. Get a pack tonight. You'll want to buy a carton tomorrow.
On a February morn, the tiny baby boy was born. Abraham. When he grew up, this tiny babe, folks all called him Honest Abe. Abraham. In 1860, he became 16th president. Now he's in the Hall of Fame, a most respected gem. That is why we celebrate this 20th February day. Abraham.
was Beef Stevens Orchestra with the Camel Quintet. Doing Abraham from the Holiday Inn. And now, ladies and gentlemen, quiet.
Abbott.
What's the matter?
Hey, look what I got. Look at all the money.
Wait a minute, Costello. Where did you get that roll of bills?
I went outside for a minute. Just when I reached the corner, a guy ran out of the bank with a bag full of money, and he gave me some.
He gave it to you?
Mm-hmm.
What did he look like?
I couldn't tell. He had such a bad cold, he had a handkerchief tied across his nose.
Well, you dumb cluck, that was a mask. The man was a bank robber.
Oh, I don't think so, Abbott. He was the president. He offered to sell me the bank for a squawk.
Sell you the bank for a squawk?
Yeah, he said, one squawk out of you and I'll give you the business.
Of all the dumbbells, why didn't you go into the bank and investigate?
I did go in. And what a way to run a business. I walked in and a couple of clerks were playing hide and seek.
That's ridiculous.
Honest. One guy was hiding in the closet. The other guy was under the counter. There was nobody around to play with him. Then there was another guy.
What other guy?
He was trying to do tricks.
Trying to do tricks?
Yeah, he was laying on the floor trying to escape from a lot of ropes.
And you thought he was playing a game?
Fine time to play games.
Well,
Especially when he had a toothache.
he didn't have a toothache.
No, then why did he have a plaster across his mouth?
The man had a gag in his mouth.
If he did, he never got a chance to tell it.
You should have taken the plaster off his mouth.
I did. And right away, the guy started worrying about his rationing card.
Worrying about his rationing card.
Yeah, he started yelling, they took the sugar. They took the sugar.
Oh, no, Costello. The man was yelling because he was stuck up.
Stuck up?
Sure.
A fine time to get a swelled head.
No.
Somebody might have robbed the place.
He did rob the place. Look, was there anybody with him?
Just a woman.
A woman. Why didn't you mention her before?
She didn't appeal to me.
Oh. Did you pinch her?
No.
Then you should have held her.
If I'd have held her, I'd have pinched her.
You idiot.
A little bit.
Do you realize that by keeping the money and letting the crooks get away, you've made yourself an accomplice? Ken Niles, turn on the radio. Maybe we'll get a police report. Hurry up.
Okay, Bud.
Okay.
Hey, you hear that, Abbott?
What's that?
There's a message.
Well, what does it say?
Attention all citizens. The Fifth National Bank has just been held up by Black Pete and his gang of desperate bandits. When last seen, the gang was headed for their hideout at Deadpan Gulch. Also at large is their accomplice, described as 5 feet tall. 5 feet wide, that is all.
That's me, Mr. 555.
Costello, you know the police are after you. Now, you've got to capture that gang to clear yourself. Now, you can't do it alone, so call a posse. That's the thing.
Okay. Here, pushy.
No.
Here, pushy.
No, Lou, please. Deadpan Gulch is in the heart of the cattle country. It's the home of the Western bandits and cattle rustlers.
Then I'm just a guy, Abbott. I became a 3-letter man chasing cattle rustlers.
Oh, how could you become a 3-letter man chasing cattle rustlers?
I sat on a branding iron.
What, did that cause you to catch the rustlers?
Catch 'em? I passed 'em.
But this is going to be a long trip. Now, you'll have to get an outfit. What are you going to wear?
I'll wear a 10-gallon hat, a tan shirt, a leather belt, and a bloodhound.
What pants?
The bloodhound.
No, all right. Never mind the outfit. And another thing you'll need is a horse. Have you got a horse?
Have I got a horse?
Yes.
I got a horse, and he's my pal.
Well, that's swell.
I eat with my horse.
That's wonderful.
I drink with my horse. I even sleep with my horse.
You sleep with your horse?
I got it. It's his blanket.
Now, tell me, can you ride a horse?
Sure, I can ride a horse. One time, Abbott, I rode 2 horses at once, standing up. I had my right foot on one horse, my left foot on the other horse. All of a sudden, we came to a fork in the road. Each horse went in a different direction.
That was a laugh.
Yeah, I thought I'd split.
Well, never mind. The first thing you have to do is find the bandit's trail. When you do, you leap into the saddle and away you go. Your face is stern, your grip is sure, your clutch is firm.
How's my transmission?
All right, listen. Please be quiet. Then you ride. You ride out across the prairie. You ride for hours and hours on end.
That sounds logical.
Don't interrupt, please. You ride and you ride until your trousers are worn thin. Finally, there you are.
I knew I'd come through.
Yeah. Well, Costello, what are you going to do? Are you going out after the bandits? Are you going to clear your name?
I'm going to clear my name, Abbott.
Attaboy.
I'll do it.
I know it was in you.
I'm going to get it out of me right now.
Come on.
I'll get them bandits. But just tell me one thing. If I get killed, what's going to happen to that little fellow that depends on me? The poor little fellow won't get anything to eat anymore. That poor little fellow won't even have a roof over his head. If anything happens, Abbott, it'll kill him. The poor little fellow.
Costello. Who is the poor little fellow?
Me?
That is
Connie Haynes with the Campbell Quintet to sing a new tune of the Old West, Cow Cow Boogie.
Out on the plains down near Santa Fe, I met a cowboy riding the range one day, and as it jogged along, I heard him singing a most peculiar cowboy song. It was a ditty he learned in the city. Come-a-ta-ya-ya, come-a-ta-yip-to-I, get along. Get hip, little doggies, get along. Better be on your way, get along. Get hip, little doggies, and he trucking on down the old fairway, singing his cow-cow boogie in the strangest way. Come-a-ta-ya-ya, come-a-ta-yip-to-I, singing his cowboy song. He's just too much. He's got a knocked-out western accent with a Harlem touch. He was raised on local weed, what you call swing half-breed, singing his cow-cow boogie in the strangest way. Come-a-ta-ya-ya, come-a-ta-yip-to-I,
Singing his cowboy song. He's just too much. He's got a knocked-out western accent
with a Harlem touch. He was raised on local weed. He's what you call swing half-breed, singing his cow-cow boogie in the strangest way.
Come-a-ta-ya-ya,
come-a-ta-ya-ya,
come-a-ta-yip-to-I,
come-a-ta-yip-to-I, it's the cow-cow boogie, the cowboy boogie song.
And now back to the adventures of our heroes, Abbott and Costello, as we find them hot on the trail of the bank bandit Black Pete. Leading a posse of men, they track the villain to the lawless town of Deadpan Gulch. Here they are, riding up the main street of the town.
Like the spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle, 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 jingle.
What's wrong? What's wrong?
One of my spurs got stuck.
Costello, what do you think you're doing? Why are you riding underneath your horse?
Well, my horse isn't feeling well, Abbott, and the doctor told me to watch his stomach.
Well, here we are, men. We'll probably find Black Pete in the Red Dog Cafe across the street. Stop your horses.
Okay. Whoa! Whoa, Nellie! Whoa! Whoa, boy! Whoa! Attaboy. Take it easy, Nellie. Sit down now. Whoa, Nellie. All right, men. Everybody into the bar for a drink. Now. Just a man. You horses stay outside.
All right, let's go in. And listen, Costello. When we go through this door, have your gun ready. If anybody moves, shoot.
If anybody shoots, I'll move.
All right.
Oh, speaking of my glory and my fame.
Hey, Abbott, listen to that.
What a pair of pipes. Wish I was a plumber.
And tell them my side.
Costello, don't you recognize her?
Tell them my cry.
She's the ghost of Deadpan Gulch.
My
Really?
side of the same.
Oh, Marlena Dietrich.
Oh, look at that lovely face. That face has made a fortune.
Yeah, it runs into a nice figure.
Hello, boys.
Hello, boys. How big are men where you come from?
Welcome to the Red Dog Cafe. Did you like my song? What do you think of my range?
Your range is lovely. In fact, I like your whole kitchen.
So you flatter me. You're probably tired after your long trip. How about a drink?
Okay. I'll have a Crosby cocktail.
What's that?
One drink and then bing.
With your personality, I would suggest straight corn.
What a fresh kid.
Just a minute, Marlene. You see, neither one of us is a drinking man. Do you have anything a little milder?
Try a drink of this very mild wine.
Now, that sounds better. I'll try it.
Costello, just a minute. What's the matter?
I don't understand. That wine is made here by the Hopi Indians.
Hopi Indians? One of the Indians is still hopping in it.
Costello, that's silly. Come on. Let's go over and watch the boys play roulette.
Yes. Or perhaps you both would rather play a game with me. Poker, faro, blackjack.
I'd rather play post office.
But that's a kid's game.
Not the way I play it.
You know, little fat man, I could go for someone like you.
You could?
Yes. Do you know someone?
Sure. What a fresh kid, Abbott!
Now, look. Keep quiet, Costello. Don't talk like that to Marlena. She may know where Black Pete is. Try to win her confidence. Turn on the charm, you know.
I'll turn on the charm. Okay, watch me. Marlena, my love, I adore you.
You do?
Yeah. Marlena, will you let me be your slave? Will you let me do something for you that I have never done for any other woman?
What's that?
Will you let me press your slacks?
Costello, will you stop that? You just don't know how to handle these Western girls.
Oh, yes, I do, Abbott. Marlena, one time I was in love with a bow-legged cowgirl. She was too bow-legged to round up the cattle.
What do you mean?
Well, she had a terrible time getting her calves together.
What are you talking about, Costello? You've never even been in love with a girl.
Yes, I was. I can see her now. She always wore cotton stockings.
Cotton stockings? What happened to her?
Nothing. But of all the girls I got tattooed on my chest...
On your chest?
Marlena, I love you the best.
The best?
Better than the rest.
The rest?
In the West.
The West?
On my chest.
On your chest?
There's an echo in the joint.
Well, there's no question about it, Costello. Marlena Dietrich just can't be bothered with a man like you.
Marlena, is that true?
Oh, Lou. If you only had the eyes of Clark Gable.
Yes.
The nose of Tyrone Power.
Yes, yes.
The chin of Gary Cooper.
Yes.
The face.
The face of who?
That's all, if you only had a face.
You know, the kid's getting nervous.
Look here, Costello. We're wasting time. Did you forget why we came to Deadpan Gulch? We've got to find Black Pete's hideout.
Black Pete, he's the most dangerous character in these parts.
Oh, he don't bother me.
But he's very tough. He eats little men like you every morning when he gets up.
That's me, the breakfast of champions.
But, Lou, why don't you give up this mad search? It can only lead to your death.
I think you got something there, kid. Hey, Abbott, I am scared. Ain't you scared?
No, I'm not scared.
Then why are you biting my nails? But no matter what happens, I'm going after Black Pete, Marlena. And if I die, I want you to take this shirt of mine as a keepsake.
But suppose you don't die.
Then wash it and have it back by Monday. And no starch in the collar, either.
Listen, Costello, cut out the foolishness. Now we line up everybody in the room until we find our man.
That's right, Abbott. Everybody line up and empty out your pockets.
Why are you making them empty their pockets?
I lost my yo-yo.
Now, wait a minute, boys. It's not necessary to look any further. I am Black Pete.
You are?
What a fresh kid.
What a stale plot.
I think you got something there. Marlena, I still don't believe all this is true.
It is true. I took the money from the bank, but I did not steal it. It was my own money. It was my pin money.
$100,000 pin money?
I have very expensive pins. If you don't believe me, I'll show you. I have all the money right here in my stocking. Look.
Abbott, what a cute bank. What a place to make a deposit. Oh, Marlena, if I give you all my money from the bank, will you put it in your other stocking?
Certainly.
Costello, don't be an idiot. Your money is safer in the bank. Why do you want to put it in her stocking?
Because that's where it's going to draw the most interest.
Before
Before we hear from Abbott and Costello again, do you want to find out how hitting ground feels to a paratrooper? Well, just hop off the top of a truck going 15 miles an hour. But don't try that until you're as husky as an All-American halfback and as nimble as a circus tumbler. Even then, you'd have to learn plenty to qualify for the shoot troops, fighters as tough as any in the world. And whether your job is to dangle in midair from silk cords or whether you're making the shoots, you want to get the most out of your off-duty moments. Take Helen Lynch, for instance. She works at the Pioneer Parachute Company, making some of the chutes used by our paratroopers. Like so many of us, Miss Lynch is smoking more these days, and she sticks to Camels. She said, quote,
"Package after package, Camels never tire my taste or wear out their welcome. They have such a rich, full flavor, and they're so easy on my throat."
Unquote. Camel is first in the service. Actual sales records in post exchanges and canteens show that with men in the Army, the Navy, the Marine Corps, and the Coast Guard, Camel is the favorite. Why is that? Well, just ask your own throat and taste. Camels have a full, rich flavor, the kind that wears well, doesn't go flat. Camels are milder, too, and cooler smoking because they're slow burning. The big reason behind this Camel goodness is costlier tobaccos, blended in the years-old Camel tradition of quality tobacco blending. If you're smoking more these days, try Camels. Your throat and your taste will tell you. C-A-M-E-L-S. Camels. Get a pack tonight. Send the carton to that fellow in the service. And now a word about next week's program. You'll hear more music from Lee Stevens and the orchestra, more songs by Connie Haynes and the Camel Quintet, and a gripping, dramatic story of life in the squared circle with our guest star, John Garfield. Now, here is a short preview of next week's program. Thousands of people are assembled in Madison Square Garden. All eyes are focused on the two fighters in the center of the ring, Killer Garfield and Cupid Costello. There is a terrific exchange of blows. The crowd is on its feet. Costello is on his face.
Costello, get up. Get up. Get up off your knees and quit playing with those marbles.
What marbles? I'm picking up my teeth!
Be sure to tune in next Thursday night at the same time for another big comedy show starring Bud Abbott and Lou Costello, with John Garfield as our guest, brought to you with the compliments of Camel Cigarettes. Camel presents 3 great radio shows each week. Abbott and Costello on Thursday nights. On Friday night, it's the Camel Caravan with Lanny Ross, Herb Schreiner, Xavier Cugat, and Our Town. And Monday nights, Blondie. Marlena Dietrich, who appeared with us tonight, has just completed a new Universal picture, Pittsburgh, with John Wayne and Randolph Scott. And here's the latest news about the Camel Caravans, those swell traveling shows that entertain our boys in the Army camps. 15 Army and Navy training stations will be visited this week, including Camp Gordon, Georgia, Camp Pendleton, California, and Camp Croft, South Carolina. This is Ken Niles speaking for the makers of Camel Cigarettes, and wishing you all a very pleasant good night.
Ever see a pipe wearing a muzzle? No, sir, and you never will, because that won't keep it from biting. Thing to do is get Prince Albert, the brand that's no-bite treated for real smoking comfort. Another thing, PA's crimp cut, and that means it packs firm and easy and gives you cool, one-match burning. You'll find around 50 mild, rich-tasting pipefulls in every handy pocket package of Prince Albert. Try PA for Pipe Appeal. You'll agree it's the national joy smoke. This program has come to you from Hollywood. This is the National Broadcasting Company.
Ladies and gentlemen, the secret word tonight is tree. T-R-E-E.
Really?
You bet your life. More than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers of America present Groucho Marx in You Bet Your Life, the comedy quiz series produced and transcribed from Hollywood. And here he is, the one, the only...
I accept the nomination. Oh, that's me. Well, here I am again with $1,500 for one of our couples. Don't even say the secret word. The duck will come down and pay him $100. The word tonight is tree.
We asked for people with interesting occupations to volunteer tonight, and just before we went on the air, these are the two that were selected. Laura B. Winner and William Thomas. Meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Say the secret word and divide $100. It's a common word, something you see every day. Miss Laura B. Winner, eh?
That's right.
Where are you from, Laura?
I was born in Tazewell County, state of Illinois, near Peoria, Illinois.
Oh, that's where those
but
breweries
are. I
are.
was born in Tazewell County.
You were born where?
In Tazewell County. I wasn't born in Peoria County.
Oh. Well, is that on the outskirts of the brewery? Or?
Well, there was breweries in our locality.
Uh-huh. Could you give us, I don't like to ask this question, but could you give us an approximate, your approximate age, roughly, you know?
46.
Well, that's rough enough, all right. Mr. William Thomas?
Yes, sir.
Got your name backwards, haven't you? Shouldn't your name be Thomas Williams?
No, William Thomas.
Oh. Where are you from? Where are you from, Tom?
I was born in downtown Los Angeles.
You were born downtown?
No, I was born near downtown Los Angeles.
Did your mother get a ticket for parking overtime?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, she played it smart, eh? Parked in the delivery zone, eh? Laura, let's get back to you and that brewery. By the way, are you the one they wrote that song about?
Which song is that?
Well, I was thinking of Chloe, but I'll accept any song. Are you married, Laura?
No.
Well, that's a shame. An attractive, intelligent girl like you. Would you like to get married someday?
Not particularly.
Well, that's a very shifty answer, Laura. What do you mean, not particularly?
Well, I'm not looking for a husband.
No. Why wouldn't you like to get married?
Well, I've tried it 3 times.
Well, so what? The Republicans have tried it 4 times. And they're still punching. Now, Laura, Fenneman says you have an interesting occupation. What is it you do?
Well, I own the Winter PBX Switchboard School in the 6th and Hobart building here in Los Angeles, California.
PBX?
Yes, sir.
Well, I don't quite understand. What are you talking about?
Well,
what is a PBX?
A PBX means Private Branch Exchange. That is the operator that handles the calls in the companies where they have a necessity for many phones, many calls coming in. And the PBX operator is the one that receives the calls first.
Do you think there's a good future in it for me?
Well, the PBX work as operators is very good for elderly gentlemen that are not they're not physically able to do manual labor any longer, but they have a great deal of gray matter and they're not ready for the shelf yet. So it really is a good occupation.
How would you like it if I came down to your place and pulled all the wires out of your PBX? Tom, that's you, Bill. What kind of work do you do?
I'm a postman.
Oh, really? Well, it's nice to have you here. A little later, we can all play post office, huh? You're a postman, eh?
Yes.
Postman. I can't think of any postman jokes. Oh, yes. Did you hear about the woman who sued the doctor for operating on her husband?
Was that the one that opened her mail? Yes, I heard that one.
You're quite a card yourself, aren't you? Now, you stay right here and see if you can't win some money. It's been very, very educational talking to you two. I don't know if your name is Tom or Willie now. Which is it?
Bill.
Bill, that's good. And I hope you win lots of our money here tonight. See, in just 1 minute, you're going to play You Bet Your Life for a chance at the $1,500 question. Right now, I want you to pay attention to something of great importance.
Friends, the car you should own is a DeSoto. DeSoto, designed and built to give you extra comfort, extra safety, and extra performance. Consider these famous DeSoto features. For extra performance, there's the mighty 160-horsepower DeSoto Fire Dome V8 engine, the sensational new engine that gives you all the power you can use while burning regular fuel, not costly premium fuel. You get extra performance, too, from DeSoto Full Power Steering. Full Power Steering, which lets you turn the wheels with just one finger, even when your car is standing still. DeSoto Full Power Steering works for you all the time, not some of the time. In your DeSoto, you also get the extra comfort of Oriflow shock absorbers, which turn even the roughest roads into boulevards. Of course, you also get famous DeSoto chair-high seats. Talk about extra safety. Huge DeSoto 12-inch brakes give you a safe, sure stop every time. No car in America has bigger brakes. And thanks to DeSoto Power Braking System, these huge brakes are completely effective with just half the pedal pressure. There are DeSoto safety rim wheels, the wheels which materially reduce the danger of loss of control after blowout. Truly, DeSoto is the finest car value on the road. Tomorrow, go to your DeSoto Plymouth dealers and take the 5-mile trial in either the mighty DeSoto Fire Dome V8 or the brilliant Power Master 6. Convince yourself your next car should be a DeSoto. And remember, all dealers who sell DeSoto also sell Plymouth, the low-priced car most like high-priced cars.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can bid you $20. You selected meanings of words. Here's your first question. How much will you bet?
$5?
No, $15. Come on.
$15. All right. If you were loquacious, what would you be?
Talkative.
Talkative is right.
And you're off to a good start. You have $35.
Remember, you're going for $1,500 tonight. Now, how much of the $35 are you going to try this time?
20, 30.
Talk up.
$34.01.
$34.03. 2 cents.
All right. We fell halfway between.
$34.02.
$34.02.
All right. If you were emaciated, what would you be?
Thin.
That's right. Thin is right. Don't go any further.
You now have $69.02.
Here you go. Here's your third question. How much are you going to go for? Talk up, kids.
$69.01 then.
Okay.
How much? $69.01. If you were irate, what would you be?
Angry, man.
Angry is right.
You've now climbed to $138.03.
How much are you going to bet? Fast now. Come on.
All of it.
All of it. Here's your lay. All right. You're going to bet all of it. If you were obese, what would you be?
Fat.
Fat is right. Good boy, Laura.
Oh, no.
No? You wouldn't kiss each other?
Wow.
With all that money?
And you wind up with $276.06.
Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealer.
Just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected a man in uniform to be on the show. His name is Private Herb Wiedemann. His partner, also chosen by our audience, is Mrs. Babette Pearson. Folks, meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome, youngsters, to You Bet Your Life. Say the secret word and divide $100. It's a common word. It's something you see every day. Babette Pearson, eh? And Herb Wiedemann.
That's right.
Man in uniform, eh?
That's
You
right.
must be another political candidate, are you?
No, I'm...
What are you running for, son?
Nothing.
I see. You didn't accept the nomination willingly, eh? You just prefer to get drafted?
That's what I did.
Where are you from, General?
Boulder, Colorado. I was born in Glendale, California.
Oh. Mrs. Pearson,
Yes.
where are you from?
I was born in Oskaloosa, Iowa.
Mm-hmm. Are you married?
Yes, I am.
What's your excuse for being here? Are you a candidate?
No, I'm a welcome wagon hostess.
A what?
Welcome wagon.
Welcome wagon? Is that so? I noticed when you walked in here, you were wagon, but I didn't realize it. I didn't realize it meant welcome. Eh? How come you're on the wagon? Did you take the pledge, Babette? And if so, where did you put it? What is a welcome wagon?
Well, I call on people to make them more better acquainted, people when they move new into the community, and tell them about the churches and schools and some of the friendly merchants.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's be specific now. Suppose I moved into your community. What is the procedure? What's the first thing you do?
Well, after you have moved, then I would call on you with my little basket.
Oh, Red Riding Hood. What do you mean with your basket? Are you an undertaker? What have you got in your little basket besides a Tommy gun?
Oh, some civic material and some gifts, free wash job, bouquet of flowers, a yardstick.
Pretty handy stuff, huh? How does all this strike you, this kind of stuff?
Strikes me just fine, sir.
What does?
This welcome wagon.
Would you be interested in a free car wash and some flowers?
Well, I think the Army provides us everything we need, sir.
I guess that's true, but once in a while, don't you soldiers yearn for something softer on your neck? Like a car wash and a permanent waist? They use soft soap, you know. What happens when you first get in the Army? Do they meet you with a welcome wagon and a basket of goodies?
No, sir, but we did get a orientation speech from the commanding general who told us what the Army expected of us.
Mm-hmm. And did you tell the general what you expected of him? What did they expect from you?
Well, they expected us to do our best and learn as much as possible. So if and when we get in combat, we'll be able to do our job well.
Well, I hope you stood right up and told them what you expect of the Army, didn't you? That's right, you know, you can do that now. This is the new Army. You can tell the general off any time you feel like it. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Well, you try it sometime. They don't even get mad. Nothing happens except you get shot the following morning. But it's still very friendly. They use soft-nosed bullets. And you hardly feel it. Well, you make a very charming couple, and my advice to both of you is to take a ride in the new DeSoto Fire Dome 8. And you'll live happily ever afterwards. All right, now you're going to play You Bet Your Life. You beat our other couples, and you'll get a chance at the $1,500 question. I can't tell you how much you have to win, but George is going to remind our listeners.
The postman and his partner won $276.06, and the secret word is tree.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can bid you $20. You selected male and female of the species. Here's your first question. How much will you bet? This is Mr. Fenneman.
How are you doing?
This is Bobette. She has a welcome wagon.
$15.
You're going to bet $15?
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. Are you ready, soldier?
Ready, sir.
You acquiesce? Are you in full accord with this decision?
Positively.
All right. Now, what do you call a male duck?
Gander.
You have to decide on one answer between you now.
Oh.
Duck's a duck, isn't it? Duck?
I'm sorry. It was named after a hotel in Chicago, the Drake.
You dropped down to $5.
Well, that's a shame. That's too bad. Well, remember, you're going for $1,500 tonight, and that's the big money. Now, how much of the $5 are you going to try this time?
$2.
$2. All right. What do you call a male sheep? Talk it over.
Yeah.
A ram?
A ram is right.
Well, you're on your way again. You have $7.
Here's your third question. How much are you going to bet?
$3.
Okay.
$3. Oh, this is duck soup. Now, what do you call a male goose?
Gander.
A gander. That's right. It was named after a hotel in Chicago. A gander.
You now have $10.
Now you have $10, and it's your last chance to beat the other couples. How much are you going to bet? Talk it up.
$10.
$10 you're going to bet. What do you call a female rabbit?
Doe.
That's right. It was named after the Treasury in Washington. A doe is right.
And you wind up with $20, but I don't think that's enough, is it, Groucho?
No, I don't think so.
No.
I think we ought to give him a chance to win some real money here. I'm going to give you one more question. You get this right, and it'll bring your winnings up to $25. No coaching, please. Who is buried in Grant's tomb? General Grant is right. Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealers.
Groucho.
Yes?
Before we go on here tonight,
Yes. You are on here tonight, aren't you?
I mean, before we go on with the show.
Oh, before you proceed with the show is what you mean, huh?
Yes, before we proceed with the show, I'd like to mention...
Let's be specific about this.
I'll try to be. I wanted to mention that
I bought one of your record albums.
You did? Well, I appreciate it.
And it's very charming, really.
Well, I'm astonished that you're so surprised, George. Huh?
Yes, I guess I shouldn't be that surprised, should I? I was sort of hoping maybe you'd tell the people here about you.
Very nice of you, George. That's the Decker album that I made with Victor Young's orchestra. We did 6 songs by Calman Ruby, and songs like Captain Spaulding and Omaha, Nebraska, and Dr. Hackenbush, and they're on sale at all the record stores, and I understand they're going very well, and I hope you'll all drop in and buy one of these recordings before they're all gone, because they're going like hotcakes. And some of the songs sound like hotcakes, but I trust you'll all go out and purchase one of these records, otherwise I will be a public charge. Now, who is next on the agenda? That's what they always say at the American Legion, the Shrine, places like that.
Well, we have some...
What do you know what that means, agenda? I don't know what it means, and I don't want to embarrass you.
List, I think.
Is that what it means?
I'm not sure.
I mean, a boat can have a list without having an agenda, can it?
We invited
Well, look it up after the show, you know?
We have some newlyweds for you, Groucho.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll take half of them. I'll take the distaff side.
They were selected by our studio audience just before we went on the air, and I'd like to have you meet them now.
Well, how nice.
Mr. and Mrs. Robert Donnelly, meet Groucho Marx.
Well, look at this. Newlyweds, eh? Well, welcome for the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. And for me, too. Say the secret word and take home $100. It's a common word, something you see every day. Bob, where are you from?
Patterson, New Jersey.
Well, how old are you?
30.
30?
Mm-hmm.
And Mrs. Donnelly, I presume that's you.
That's
What is your front name?
Iya.
Beg your pardon, what was that again?
Iya.
I thought that's what you said. My ears aren't what they used to be. Old MacDonald had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. Is that named after you?
I don't think so.
Mrs. Donnelly, how do you spell your name?
E-A.
Oh. You write a letter, you certainly can get through fast, can't you? How old are you?
25.
Where are you from, Ia?
I was from Kansas City originally, but I came out here several years ago.
Uh-huh.
I live in California now.
Well, that's life. Here today and gone tomorrow. What made you decide to come to Los Angeles? Was it Ia?
No, I was out here for a while during the war, Groucho, and decided to come out again.
Oh, you were in the service then?
Yeah.
How did you happen to meet Ia?
Well, I was driving along one of the Los Angeles streets, and she was standing on a corner waiting for the traffic light to change in a halter and shorts. And I was watching her.
She sounds like a horse.
I was watching her instead of watching where I was driving, and I smashed into the car in front of me. So a lot of people came around, and I asked her for her phone number, and just in case I needed a witness.
What kind of an impression did Hot Rod Charlie make on you at this first meeting? I know what kind of an impression he made on the car in front of him.
Well, I was very impressed
Were you?
with him, yes.
Was it a whirlwind courtship? Did you get married on the corner there?
No.
Well, tell us about it. Was it exciting?
Well, it was pretty exciting.
What took place?
While I was courting her, she had her appendix out. And,
was this on the corner? Well, what happened?
Well, we both like movies. We went to a lot of movies together, about 12 a week.
Uh-huh.
And her cat gave birth to 7 kittens in an old tree in the backyard.
You said cat, and that's the secret word. We've changed it from tree to cat now, and you split $100 between you. You get 50, and he gets 50. Yeah, how about the proposal? Was it romantic?
Oh, yes, it was very romantic. It was after dinner, and we were playing beautiful classical music on the record player.
You were pretty shrewd, huh? You really set the scene. Bob, did you get down on one knee when you proposed?
No, I was washing dishes.
Before you were married? Brother, were you hooked? Well, that scene must have been very romantic. 2 young lovers in front of the sink holding dishpan hands. In a frenzy of passion, Bob squeezes the dish rag and she says yes. And he says, will you be my little Brillo forever and ever? Well, you make a very engaging couple, even if you are married. Now, Bob, do you have any pet names for her?
Oh, yeah, I call her, I call her Squash.
Isn't that romantic? Why do you call her Squash?
Well, every time I lie on the sofa in the front room, she sits on my stomach.
Well, that's logical. I suppose if she sat on your head, you'd call her Cabbage. What kind of work do you do, Bob?
Well, I'm an apprentice glassblower.
Mm-hmm. Well, what does an apprentice glassblower blow? Do you just hang around doing nothing until 5 o'clock and then blow?
No, we make all kind of glass products, neon lighting and medical tubing, vials, goblets, glasses,
You
bottles.
manufacture goblets?
Yeah.
I always thought a goblet was a small sailor filled with wine. Did you like that one, mate?
That was pretty good, but I've heard better.
Well, let's hear the one that cracks them up down at the glassworks. Let's hear it.
There's the standard one about the glass blower that comes to work with the hiccups, and he blew 115 percolator tops before they could stop him.
Well, let's go back to where your wife was sitting on your stomach. Well, you're a very nice young couple, and I hope you win lots of money here tonight. Now, what would you do if you won $1,500?
Oh, I think I'd put it in an account for Deborah.
Deborah? Well, that's very nice. Who's she? Some dish down at the glass factory?
No, Deborah is the name we've decided to give to our first child.
Well, that's a very pretty name, but won't he feel sort of embarrassed on his 19th birthday if he gets a shaving mug with Debbie on it? All right, now it's time to play You Bet Your Life. Run your $20 into more than our other couples, and you'll get a chance at the $1,500 question. Can't tell you how much you have to win, but George is going to remind our listeners.
The postman and his partner still lead with $276.06.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can bet you $20. You selected stars of foreign movies. That's a pretty tough one. Here's your first question. How much will you bet? And one answer between you on the answers.
15.
15. Who starred as Hamlet in the Academy Award movie?
Laurence Olivier.
Right. Laurence Olivier.
Off to a good start. You have $35.
I forgot. They saw 12 movies in a week. Remember, you're going for $1,500 tonight. How much of your $35 you're going to try this time?
$34.99.
All right. Who was the ballet dancer who starred in Red Shoes and Tales of Hoffman?
Moira Shearer.
Moira Shearer is right.
Really climbing, you have $69.99.
Here's your third question. How much will you bet?
$69.98.
Who played the title role in The Private Life of Henry VIII?
Charles Lawton.
Right.
You now have $139.97.
And here's your last chance to beat the other couples. How much of this vast sum are you going to bet this time?
Bet it all.
Shoot the works. Who played the lead in Elephant Boy?
Sabu.
Sabu is right. Now, kiss him like you did when you had the halter on.
Now, here's the news. You wind up with $279.94. And that means that you, our young married couple, get the chance in just 1 minute at the DeSoto Plymouth $1,500 question.
Friends, I'd like to remind you about getting your car ready for colder weather.
Be sure to tell them, George, there's a lot more to it than just getting antifreeze and having your oil changed.
Well, that's right. If you expect your car to start on the coldest winter mornings, to shift smoothly, to operate efficiently, then the place for you to take it right away is to a DeSoto Plymouth dealers. First, for easier shifting on even the coldest days, your transmission will get the proper lubricants. For quicker winter starting, your battery will be checked. To handle the increased electrical load of winter driving, the DeSoto Plymouth dealer mechanics will step up the generator and check your spark plugs. The brakes of your car are especially vital in bad weather,
so they'll be carefully serviced for safer winter stopping. The master technicians at your DeSoto Plymouth dealers will tune the engine of your car, too, to make sure it will give you economical operation mile after mile. And, of course, you'll get the proper oil, your radiator will be cleaned and flushed, you'll get a good antifreeze, all the things your car needs to give you worry-free operation even in the coldest weather. And believe me, you'll be amazed how little you pay for all this expert service for your car. So drive in for that cold weather checkup tomorrow, wherever you see the famous sign of better service, the friendly sign of a DeSoto Plymouth dealer.
Well, here's our young married couple, Groucho, all set for the DeSoto Plymouth $1,500 question.
All right, now, nice and quiet. Here we go for $1,500. Give you 15 seconds to decide on a single answer between you. So think carefully, and please, no help from the audience. Here it is. I'm sure everyone is familiar with the perennially popular poem which begins with the line, "'Twas the night before Christmas." For $1,500, tell me the name of this children's classic. You got 15 seconds. All right, what's the answer you two have decided upon?
A Visit from St. Nick?
You're absolutely right. You notice how her attitude has changed since they won the big money. Well, that's right. You win $1,500. You wouldn't kiss him that much on the $169. And you won $100 in for the secret word?
And $279.
Figure the whole thing up, Fenneman, and shove it under my door. How much? Come on, how fast?
I got it right here. $1,879.94.
Start working on.
All right, now what are you going to do with all that swag?
Well, I think we'll put it in a savings account, Groucho.
Well, that's a very
for the future.
commendable way, yes. Well, congratulations. From the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers from coast to coast, you bet your life.
Be sure to tune in again next Wednesday night at the same time for the Groucho Marx Show, when the big question will be worth $1,000. And don't miss Groucho's television show, also presented by the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America. And remember, all dealers who sell DeSoto also sell Plymouth. Two great cars, both products of the Chrysler Corporation.
And when you drive in, tell them Groucho sent you. Good night, folks, and remember, see DeSoto fire dough make tomorrow.
Folks, here's a reminder from the National Safety Council. Slow down at sundown. You Bet Your Life, transcribed from Hollywood, is produced by John Goodell. Directed by Robert Dwan and Bernie Smith. Music by Jerry Fielding. This is George Fenneman signing off for the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers from coast to coast.
Meet the people who live in the Burns house, George and Gracie. Well, Gracie has spent a very happy afternoon getting the complete works at her favorite beauty shop. She's just leaving when someone calls her name.
Hello, Gracie. Why, it's Rita Hayworth. it's nice to see you again. It's been a long time.
Yes, I believe the last time was at my wedding.
That's right. George and I still talk about the day you became Mrs. Orson Welles. We'll never forget it.
Neither will I, Gracie.
Well, it was just the first time we'd ever seen a groom usher in the guests, play the organ, carry the bride's bouquet, and throw rice at himself.
Yes, it was a typical Wells production.
Oh, such a versatile boy. I hope you didn't mind my crying at your wedding, Rita. I always cry at weddings. I even cried at my own. I don't know why.
You married George Burns, didn't you?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Rita, I'll bet a lot of women wonder what it's like to be married to a genius.
Yes, they do.
Well, sit down and I'll tell you.
You'll tell me.
Yes. Oh, I almost forgot. You married one, too.
Gracie, this beauty shop is new to me. What girl do you recommend for a manicure?
Oh, well, Edna knows more about fixing the cuticle.
Yes.
And Betty knows more about putting on the polish.
Yes.
But I always go to Lucille.
Why?
Well, she knows more about the other customers.
Thanks, Gracie. That's the girl for me. Oh, not that I believe the gossip I hear at a beauty shop.
Oh, well, neither do I. I just let it go in one ear.
Yes. Yes, it's unreliable.
Oh, I know you like this shop, Rita. I've been coming here for years.
Good.
Of course, lots of people don't understand why I bother with beauty shops. They think I don't need any treatment. What do you think?
I agree with them.
Oh, Rita, the things you say.
Well, it's true, Gracie. You always look so...
attractive.
Yes. And so,
alluring.
You're taking the words out of my mouth.
Well, I just wanted to be sure they were there.
Oh, Gracie, I always enjoy being with you. So much so that I'm going to ask you a favor.
Oh, what, Rita?
Well, I'm afraid to stay in that big house of mine.
Well, I shouldn't wonder with a man like Orson Welles around.
You don't understand, Gracie. Orson's away on business, and well, I'm afraid to stay there alone.
Oh.
So, would you come over and spend the night with me?
Oh, gee, I couldn't, Rita.
Oh, why not?
Well, George is afraid to stay home alone, too.
Well, then bring him along. I'd love to have you both.
Oh, it sounds like fun, but George might object because his nightshirts aren't back from the hardware store yet.
Don't you mean back from the laundry?
No, the hardware store. He's having some iron bolts sewed into the hems of his nightshirts to keep them from creeping up.
Well, don't let that worry you, Gracie. I can give George a pair of Orson's pajamas.
Oh, well, they'd be much too large for him. George is very petite, you know.
Oh, well, then he can wear a pair of my pajamas.
Oh, do you think they'd fit him?
Well, sure. I can take in the shoulders a little.
Oh, well, all right, Rita. We'll be over this evening.
Thanks, Gracie. Bye.
Bye. Hello, dear. I'm home at last.
Hello, darling.
Get your hat and coat, George. I've got a surprise for you. We're going to spend the night with a friend.
I've got a surprise for you. We're going to stay home.
But, George...
I'm tired, honey. I want to relax. I don't feel like sitting around listening to a lot of old jokes and dull conversation.
Well, you won't have to, George. We'll do all the talking.
Nothing doing. I've had a hard day.
But, George, it's Rita Hayworth who wants us to come over. Orson's out of town, and she's afraid to stay alone.
We'll have Rita come over here.
But if she comes over here and we go over there, she'll
still be alone, yeah. Honey, I'm not leaving the house tonight. I plan to curl up with a magazine and a cigar.
Well, take them along.
I can't curl up at Rita Hayworth's house.
Oh, George, any place you smoke those cigars of yours, you're bound to curl up.
Forget it. I'm staying home.
But, George, Rita and I can't stay alone in that big house all night. We need a man. We need you.
You do, huh?
Yeah. Who's going to cook our breakfast?
Gracie, I have other plans. I'm not going out of the house tonight.
Come in.
Hi, folks.
Oh, hello, Bill.
Say, what's the matter, George? You look troubled.
Oh, Gracie's always throwing cold water on my plans. Now she wants me to spend the evening at Rita Hayworth's.
Oh, well, Gracie, splash a little of that stuff on me, will you?
You got the wrong idea. Just that Rita is afraid to stay home alone.
Bill, see if you can talk George into going over to Rita's with me.
It won't do any good. I'm staying right here.
Well, then I'll have to go by myself.
You mean you're going to leave me here alone tonight?
Well, you're not afraid, are you?
Me afraid?
Oh, well, all right. Goodbye, dear.
Goodbye. Me afraid. Did you hear that, Bill? Bill. Where are you? Bill! Oh, gosh. Wait, Gracie, I'm coming with you.
Mama's little commando.
Jimmy Cash sings an old favorite tonight, the romantic ballad, Wonderful One.
My wonderful one, whenever I'm dreaming, love's love light a gleaming I see. My wonderful one, how my arms ache to hold near, to cuddle and hold near to me. Just you, only you, in the shadowy twilight, in silvery moonlight, there's none like you. I adore you, my life I live for you, my wonderful, wonderful one. I'll always adore you, my life I live for you, my wonderful, wonderful
This is a nice place Rita and Austin had. Let's go in, Gracie.
No, wait a minute, dear. I want you to make a good impression on Rita. Stand up straight and pull in your chest.
Pull in my chest?
Well, what if it has changed location? To me, it'll always be your chest.
It's in.
Every wife likes to be proud of her husband, darling. And I want to be as proud of you as Rita is of Austin. Straighten your tie.
Okay, my tie's straight.
I want to show Rita I can pick 'em as better than she can.
Oh, thanks.
See, she picks Austin's ties, too.
Let's go in.
Oh, wait a minute. Now, remember to watch your manners and don't put your feet on the table unless you take your shoes off first. Don't come down to breakfast in your nightshirt unless Rita does.
Look, Gracie,
No,
let's...
just a minute, George. I want to show Rita that you're just as intelligent as her husband. So discuss things like taxes and rationing and the soldiers' vote. And say, George, what is it the soldiers want to vote for?
For president, of course.
So we've got a president.
I know, but every 4 years we elect a new one.
Huh? Silly boy.
Oh, come on, let's go in.
Now, remember, George, I want Rita to see that my husband is just as smart as hers, so act intelligent.
Hello, Gracie.
Hello.
Hello, George. Come right in.
Well, thank you, Rita.
Well, Rita, you don't have to worry about being frightened now. I brought a man along.
Oh, I'm so glad. Where is he? Putting the car away?
Huh?
Oh, you mean George. Excuse me. You know how it is. Wives don't think of husbands as being men.
Oh, well, speak for yourself, Rita.
Now, George, you take Orson's room at the head of the stairs. I'm sorry Orson isn't here. He'd show you up.
Oh, no, he wouldn't. George is just as smart as he is.
Gracie.
Yeah, go on, George. Be intelligent for Rita. Now, give us your opinion on rationing. How shall we solve the sugar shortage?
Look, honey.
Honey! Oh, he solved it. Now, George, what shall we do about the black market?
Oh, stop it.
Stop it! Oh, now why couldn't the government think of that?
All right, Gracie, that's enough now.
Oh, but I want to show you off, darling. Now, say something intelligent about the war. You see there? What other man would give you Hitler's viewpoint?
Look, I'll take my things up to the room now, Rita.
All right, George. Oh, by the way, Orson said if you'd like a little something to give you an appetite before dinner, just to help yourself.
Oh, really?
Yes, he left his rowing machine in his bedroom.
Oh, yeah, I'll take a few quick rows for myself. See you girls in a few minutes.
Well, there goes 132 pounds of solid intelligence. I'll never know how they squeeze such an enormous brain in that teensy tiny head.
Yes, I guess it is a close fit.
You know, it's a funny thing, Rita. Some women marry a man for his money, some for his looks, some for his mind. Guess I don't have to tell you why I married George.
No, I'm sure you had a good reason, too.
My goodness, we're awfully lucky to be married to such fine men.
Yes, we are, Gracie.
How did you meet Orson?
Well, he was doing a magic show, and he said if I'd let him saw me in two, he'd take me to the theater.
Oh, just like George. Do anything to get you in for half price. Oh, but I still say we're the luckiest two women on earth to have such wonderful husbands.
Yes, I agree.
Oh, and I think how close I came to marrying somebody else. I had lots of chances, too, you know. I guess you did, too, Rita.
Yes, a few.
Oh, yes. I can see how men would be attracted to you. You crochet beautifully.
Thank you.
Oh, Rita, we're really so lucky. Wasn't life empty before you got married?
Yes, it was. Just a lot of fellows sending you flowers and candy and rushing you off your feet all the time.
Oh, yeah. Every night another date. The theater, nightclubs, dances, wining and dining. And say, that was fun, wasn't it?
Yes. Come to think of it, it was.
I never see the inside of a nightclub anymore.
Neither do I.
Has Orson taken you to the theater lately?
Not since Citizen Kane. Does George bring you candy?
Well, once when I had a cold, he brought me some cough drops.
Gracie, isn't marriage miserable?
Oh, it's a mess. If we were only single again, we could go out with hundreds of handsome men. Hey, wait a minute. There aren't hundreds of handsome men around anymore.
That's right. If we were single now, we'd just sit around home. So I guess we're pretty lucky to be married, Gracie.
Yeah, even to our husbands.
I'll never complain again.
Well, neither will I. Here we are, both married to geniuses. Oh, and you have this lovely home.
Do you like it, Gracie? Orson designed it.
He did?
Yes.
Oh, George is clever, too. Beautiful furniture you have, Rita.
Orson built it.
He did?
Yes.
Oh, George is clever, too. Oh, that gorgeous painting over the fireplace. An original, isn't it?
Yes. Orson painted it.
Oh. And the rug?
Orson wove it.
Oh, I'm beginning to think that maybe Orson is cleverer than George.
Oh, let's forget about Orson. Come on into the kitchen and I'll whip up an omelet.
Oh, good.
Orson left some eggs in the icebox.
Oh, my goodness, he's even cleverer than George.
Time for Felix Mills and the orchestra. And tonight, with the Swantet, we hear a great little tune, Take It Easy, done in rumba style.
Don't you know it's more romantic when a dance is slow? Take it easy, take it easy. What's the good of feeling high when all the lights are low? Take your time, dance it with ease. Take your time, slow if you please. Take it easy, we've got lots of time ahead of us, the night is young. Hey, take it easy! Don't you know this music should be swayed instead of swung? Supposed to make the rumba jump. Take it easy, take it easy. If you don't, I fear that our romance will hit a bump. Don't you know it's time for romance when the music's sweet? You should really try to make your heart control your beat. Take it easy, take your time.
Oh, Rita, this is awful. Here I thought George was a genius, and now he turns out to be just the man I married.
Oh, it's nothing to get upset about, Gracie.
Oh, you don't understand, Rita. It's like having a great big dish of tutti frutti, and then the fruity melts away, and you're left with just the tutti.
Calm down, Gracie. You're twisting and wadding that handkerchief to shreds.
I can't help it. How would you feel if you suddenly found yourself married to just plain George Burns?
Give me the handkerchief.
Oh, Rita, I'm going to make George into a genius if it's the last thing I do. Will you help me?
What can I do?
Well, tell me, what makes Austin a genius?
He isn't, Gracie. He's just an average, normal, everyday man.
But doesn't he do anything unusual?
No. His daily routine is the same as any other man's. He goes to bed about 2 a.m., gets up at 3 and has a moon bath. And then he writes a couple of poems in Chinese, has a breakfast of 2 3-minute ostrich eggs, and translates the morning paper into Egyptian. By that time, his brain is awake and he goes to work.
Well, doesn't he have any recreation?
Oh, certainly. He enjoys the usual sports. Every spring, he swims upstream with a salmon.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, George is going to need a lot of changing. Well, I better get started. He's asleep up in his room. George, wake up.
What's the matter?
Well, it's almost time for your moon bath.
My what?
Your moon bath. And besides, you're not supposed to be in bed yet.
Why not?
Orson Welles goes to bed at 2 in the morning.
Well, okay, I'll move over when he crawls in.
Oh, George, concentrate. Make up some poetry.
Poetry? Gracie, what have you been drinking?
Oh, go on, George. Poetry.
Mary had a little lamb.
Now, say it in Chinese.
Ming Choi had a little lamb.
Oh, that's wonderful. You're coming along fine. Do you think you can swim upstream with a salmon?
Well, couldn't I just fly south with the ducks?
Well, wait here. I'll find out. Rita, I think it's working. He almost looks intelligent.
Come in.
Hiya, girls.
Quiet still.
Well, I thought I'd better drop by and see if you were frightened.
Frightened?
Well, yeah, you know, afraid of wolves and things.
No. No, we're not afraid of wolves. Come in.
Oh, thanks.
Bill, you're the first to hear the good news. A new Orson Welles has just been born.
No. Well, congratulations, Rita.
No, Bill. What Gracie means is that she's practically got herself a new husband.
Oh, well, congratulations, Gracie.
No. What we both mean is that we're making George into another Orson Welles.
Hey, what's going on around
Oh,
here?
George, you're up. But, darling, you forgot your slippers. Mama's little genius mustn't let his kickies get cold. I'll go up and get your slippers.
Rita, this place is turning into a madhouse. What's wrong with Gracie?
Oh, she thinks Orson is a genius, and she wants you to be like him.
Well, that means no rest from now on.
Say, it might cure Gracie if you became too much like Orson.
What do you mean?
Well, you just ham it up and leave the rest to me.
Well, okay.
All right, darling. Here are your slippers.
Take them away and bring me some leather.
Leather?
Yes, I'm in the mood to make my own slippers.
Oh, my goodness. What's come over you, George?
I'm obediently yours.
Why, he's getting more like Orson every minute.
I feel another mood coming on. Bring me a book.
I'll get you one from the library.
No, that'll take too long. Give me a pencil and I'll write one.
Oh, sweetheart. Oh, I just knew you had it in you.
I'm obediently yours.
Here's the pencil, George.
Bring me some grapes. While I'm writing, I'll crush them with my feet and we'll have some wine.
Oh, darling, you're wonderful.
They say about the temperature for hot was written.
What language are you speaking?
I've run out of language. That's one I just made up.
You're so clever, so irresistibly brilliant. Come, sit here beside me.
I'm obediently yours.
Now, wait a minute.
Hold my hand and tell me that you love me.
George Burns, you let go of her hand.
Kiss me, my genius.
I'm obediently yours.
Don't you dare kiss him, Rita. Behave yourself.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was carried away because he's so much like Orson. His every word, his every gesture.
Well, I don't like it. George, you stop being like Rita's husband.
But I thought you wanted me to be a genius.
Well, I've changed my mind. I'd rather have you be your own sweet, stupid self.
The man is just about to say it.
Yeah, let's everybody listen. Rinso, the new Rinso with Solium, brings you the Amos and Andy Show. Yes, sir, Rinso, the soap that contains Solium, the sunlight ingredient, brings you a full half hour of entertainment with Lou Lubin, Eddie Green, James Basquette, the Jubilaires, Jeff Alexander's orchestra and chorus, and radio's all-time favorites, Amos and Andy. And now, Lever Brothers Company, the makers of Rinso, invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy Amos and Andy. is the time of year when most women think about replenishing their wardrobe, and the Kingfisher's wife, Sapphire, is no exception. Right now, she has just returned from her dressmaker's and is telling her husband about the new outfit she has ordered.
George, you ought to see the new coat I'm getting. I seen it on a model today, and it looks just like one of them army trench coats.
Yeah, well, it might look like a trench coat on a model, but I guarantee when you put it on, it'll look like a barracks bag. That's what
George, I'm just trying to look glamorous.
Yeah, so is the hippopotamus, but he ain't getting nowhere with it.
Well, now, you listen to me, George. The dressmaker's going to start cutting my dress and coat tomorrow, and if I don't give her the money, she'll give the material to somebody else.
You talking about spending a lot of money for a dress and a coat. Here I is running around in these old rags.
Oh, what you talking about? Right now, you wearing a perfectly good pre-war suit.
Pre-war. Listen, woman, you're going to have to dig pretty far back in history to find a war that this suit was the pre-of. I think it was part of a shipment of bundles to Yorktown. That's what I got.
Well, I don't care nothing about that. I done ordered the clothes, and I want you to get me the money, and that's all there is to it.
Well, if you want the clothes, why don't you get a job and earn the money?
Me? Why, you big bum. Why don't you get a job?
I had the idea about you first. I'm getting out of this house. That's what I'm doing. Oh, me. I'm sick of it around this here house. I think I'll get a hold of Andy and take a walk in the park.
Kingfish, why'd you ask me to walk here in Central Park with you?
'Cause I was disgusted the way things is around my house, Andy, and I want to take a little walk in the park here with somebody that ain't always arguing with me.
Has you been fighting with Sapphire again?
Yeah, she been on my neck all week. But the other day I tried to be real sweet to her. When I got home that night, I recited no matter what you say to me. I'd say, darling, I was the happiest man in the world.
Yeah.
She mumbled something at me, and I said, darling, I was the happiest man in the world, and right away I was in trouble again.
How come?
Turned out that what she mumbled was that her mama fell down the steps and broke her leg. I don't know.
Well, you know, it's nice out here in the park by the lake, ain't it?
Yeah, let's sit here on the grass and watch the ducks in the water there. Yeah. Sure isn't mess of them there, ain't it?
Help! Help! Hey, what was that? What was
Help! I'm drowning! Andy, look. That old man done fell in the lake there and is struggling in the water. Quick, Andy, jump in and save him.
You save him, Kingfish.
No, you save him. I got on my good shoes.
But I was afraid, Kingfish.
Help! Well, I can't stand here and see a man drown. If you ain't going to do nothing, I is. Here goes.
Kingfish, you had done pushed me in the water.
Well, that's the story, Henry. Andy pulled the man out of the lake, and just before he left, he gave us his card and told us to get in touch with him. His name is Cyrus Randolph.
Oh, yes, he's the wealthy multi-millionaire. He is known on Wall Street as the big financier. You know, Andy ought to get several $100 reward for that.
Yeah, I wish I could get it, because my wife been buying some clothes, and I got to get some money. Hey, Henry, I just had a thought here.
Yeah.
That Miss Randolph was so dazed from the water and everything, I don't think he knew which one of us rescued him.
Well, that being the case, if you got to the old gentleman before Andy, you could get the reward yourself.
Yeah, and I told Andy to go home and stay in bed so he wouldn't catch cold from getting wet, you see, and that's what he wanted to do.
Yes, well, there you is. If you could keep him in bed, that would give you a chance to get the reward.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll go up and convince Andy that he is sick, and I'll have time to go up to Miss Randolph and beat him to the money. Well, glad my friend had the printing shop that printed me these quarantine cards here. Yeah, I got a hammer and nail, so I'll get on in Andy's room.
Come in.
Well, good morning, Andy.
You was a little early, Kingfish. You caught me in bed.
Yes, I know. My deepest sympathy, Andy.
Hey, what is that you was nailing on my door?
Andy, a man from the Board of Health asked me to put this quarantine card on your door.
Why is I quarantined?
Andy, you went in the lake yesterday to pull Mr. Randolph out. I don't know if you remembered or not, but there was about 6 or 8 dead ducks floating on the surface of the water.
Holy smoke. Did I pollute the water that bad?
No, Andy. The ducks polluted you. That's what happened.
What you mean?
Andy, you was heard about people in South America catching the disease from parrot fever.
Yeah?
Well, you got something worse, duck fever.
Oh, me. Is your show, Kingfish?
Oh, yeah, Andy. The minute you come out of the lake, the Board of Health man tested the water for germs. It was loaded with ducteria. Just full of it.
Ducteria germs, huh?
Yeah, and the man took a drop of the water and let me squint at it through a microscope. You ain't never seen nothing like it in your life.
You mean there was germs swimming around in there?
No, Andy, there were so many germs there wasn't room for them to swim. They was all treading water.
Wait a minute, Kingfish. You mean to say that I could get this disease just from jumping in the water where the ducks was?
Oh, yes, and the duck fever is one of the most contagious diseases known to science. If you die from it, they won't allow you to be buried in the cemetery. They'll have to take you out to sea in a tugboat and dump you like a load of garbage. Oh, yeah, they're careful about that.
Yeah, but as you showed that I really got this duck fever.
Well, you can't tell in this early stage. The thing for you to do is to stay in bed 3-4 days and watch for the symptoms.
What kind of symptoms?
Well, you know how with hydrophobia you start foaming at the mouth and acting like a dog.
Yeah, I hear the people doing that all right.
Well, with duck fever, you is in trouble when you start quacking and sleeping with your head under your arm. That's when you get
Yeah, well, I'll watch for that.
Yeah, but you really know you got it when you wake up some morning and you got a feeling you want to fly south for the winter. That's when you know you got it.
Well, I guess I'd better stay in bed all right if it's that serious. But how about Mr. Randolph? I was supposed to go up there and get the reward for saving him.
Well, now, don't worry about that, Ann. At a time like this, your health is more important.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But what must I do if I see any symptoms of this duck fever coming on?
Well, there's only one thing you can do, Andy. Just waddle over to a telephone, call the Board of Health, and tell them to get the tugboat ready. That's all you can do.
Oh, me.
Well, so long, Brother Andy. I got to be running along now. Yeah. Oh, boy, that worked great. All I got to do now is to go up to Mr. Randolph, collect that reward for myself before Andy can get there. This is just a plain case of...
The early bird catches the worm.
And while the sun shines, it's time for you to make hay. Yes, it's a good day. Yes, it's a good day for singing a song. And it's a good day for moving along. Yes, it's a good day. How could anything go wrong? Oh, it's a good day from morning till night. It's a whale of a day. Yes, it's a good day for shining your shoes. And it's a mighty fine day for losing your blues. Everything to gain and nothing to lose. 'Cause it's a good day from morning till night.
Whoa, well, I said to the sun, good morning, sun.
Rise and shine today. You know you got to get going if you're gonna make a showing. And you know you got to ride away. 'Cause it's a day.
Made the order to go on a lark.
And it's a day.
Made the order for smooching in the park.
So they're way back and get an early start. For it's a good day from morning till night. Ooh, listen to words of wisdom. See the sun, but they have begun. Don't you never let her catch you with your work undone.
If you want to get ahead, man, you got to be firm.
And remember,
the early bird catches the worm.
Yes, it's a good day for paying your bills.
And it's a good
bill.
And it's a good day for curing your ills.
So take a deep breath and throw away your pills. It's a good day from morning till night.
I was figuring out what to say to you folks. A woman said, Mr. Lake, exactly what is this solium that's in New Rinso? Well, I said, look, only a scientist would appreciate the formula. What fascinates women is the truly remarkable results you get with the New Rinso containing solium. Here's what happens. White clothes come more dazzling white than when they were new. Washable colors get even brighter than new. New Rinso with solium puts sunshine in your wash. What's more, even a wash that's dried indoors gleams with amazing brilliance. Yes, that's what solium is, a wonderful scientific sunlight ingredient that makes it possible for safe New Rinso to do all that. No wonder people all over the world buy more Rinso than any other soap. There's nothing like it. New Rinso with solium.
Well, Andy, how are you feeling, son?
Oh, I had bad off, Amos. Don't come near me. I got a courageous disease. I've been laying here quacking with the duck fever for 6 hours.
You say the duck fever?
Yeah, I pulled a man out of the lake, and he was full of bacteria. They put the fellow under a microscope, and there I was, treading water.
here, now listen, Andy. I done heard all about this drowning thing and the reward, too, and I don't think you were sick. I think the kingfish is trying to keep you in bed so he can go up and get the reward money himself.
I believe you got an idea there, Amos. That's just what the kingfish is doing. Duck fever. I'll fix that kingfish.
Now, what is he going to do?
I'm going to get out of bed, waddle over, and punch him in the nose.
Oh, hello there, Kingfish. Hi.
Oh, come in, Gabby the politician. Say, what is that button you got on your coat lapel there with a picture of a brand new automobile on it?
Oh, that's the new insignia of our party, the new political insignia. You see, the Republicans, they just got a great big old lumpy elephant. The Democrats ain't got nothing but a bony old donkey.
Yeah, but why is your insignia of your party a 1949 car?
Well, we figured along we're going to take the people for a ride. They might as well be comfortable.
I think you got something there, Gabby.
Say, what you doing so dressed up, Kingfish?
Well, Gabby, I got an important appointment to see a man about a reward for rescuing him from drowning in the Park Lake.
Oh, well, he ought to pay you a nice reward for that.
Yeah, well, that's what I worry about, Gabby. I don't know how much you're going to give me.
Well, if you want to make sure to get a lot of money, all you got to do is tell him about all the valuable things you had on you when you dove in the water. He's got to make good on them.
Yeah, that's a good idea. The stuff I lost in the rescue.
You know, Kingfish, speaking of rescuing, I used to be a lifeguard at the beach.
You was a lifeguard?
Yeah, and one day while I was sitting up on the lifeguard tower, I was looking through my binoculars, and I seen a beautiful girl about 200 yards away. It was a stormy day, and I thought she might get in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
I climbed down from my tower, I covered the 200 yards to her as quick as I could, and I put my arm around her waist, and I said to her, hold on to me tight, and I'll hold on to you tight. I said, don't struggle. But you know, Kingfish, I lost my job on account of that.
Tell me why, Gabby.
She wasn't in the water at the time.
Well, old Gabby had a good idea there. Now, let me make out a list of the stuff I had on me when I lost it in the water.
Kingfish, I want to see you. We're going to have it out right now to a finish.
Now, wait a minute, Andy, wait a minute. What you doing out of bed with duck fever? If a game warden see you, he put you right in the hospital.
Don't give me that duck fever stuff. I know what your racket is. You're trying to get the reward, and I'm going to punch you right in the nose.
Well, now, wait a minute, Andy, wait a minute. Don't stick your fist under my nose. I was doing it for your own good. I figured you might accept $10 from the rich man for saving him, and I could go up there and maybe get $400 or $500.
Oh, well, that's different.
Yeah, and to show you that I was on the level with you, Andy, I'll only take half of everything I get over $10.
Yeah, well, why didn't you say that in the first place?
Yeah.
It's a deal, Kingfish. Come on, let's go up and see Mr. Randolph.
Yeah, come on. Well, now, this is the Swanky Hotel, Andy, and here's Mr. Randolph's room right here.
Yeah, I'll knock on the door.
Yeah, now remember, Andy, like I was explaining to you, we got to make him think that we suffered a big loss in saving him out of the lake, you see. You had a lot of valuables in your pocket when you jumped in. Yeah, well, how you do, Mr. Randolph? I'm George Stevens, and this is Mr. Andrew H. Brown, the man that saved your life with me supervising.
Yeah, sir. How you do?
Oh, yes. Do come in. I shall always feel indebted to you men for the rest of my life. Won't you both sit down?
Oh, yeah, sir. I'll sit here, and you can sit over there, unselfish hero.
If you care to smoke, Mr. Brown, there's an ashtray at your elbow.
No, thank you. I'll take this big butt laying right here on the edge.
Well, Mr. Brown, I certainly want to thank you for saving my life. And for a deed like that, I hardly know how to reward you.
Yeah, well, of course, Mr. Randolph, we wouldn't dream of accepting any monetary reimbursements, would we, Mr. Brown?
No. We just come up here for the cash.
I tell you, Hero Brown is considered crude to talk about money in front of a man that's just been saved from a watery grave.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you mustn't talk about it. Let's not remind Mr. Randolph that if we hadn't come along and saved him, he would now be stretched out like a dead mackerel.
We don't want to do that. Yeah, let's go remind him of it, that's right.
Oh, I don't mind discussing it now that it's all over.
Oh, Mr. Randolph, it was certainly a thrilling sight to see Mr. Brown go into action. As soon as he heard your pitiful cry for help, he threw the caution to the wind and went right into the Australian crawl. Didn't you, Mr. Brown?
Yeah. Of course, when I got in the water, though, I stopped crawling and started to swim.
Well, Mr. Brown, you have definitely done me a service, and I'm going to reward you. But I have no idea how to judge the value of a noble deed like this.
Well, frankly, I ain't got no idea myself how to judge what it's worth. By the way, Mr. Brown, what time is it?
Well, I ain't got no idea, Mrs. Evans. Don't you remember? I lost my watch in the water when I jumped in to save Mr. Randolph.
Oh, you don't mean to say that you lost that beautiful 46-jewel solid platinum watch with the emerald gem line?
Yep, that's it. The one with the diamond numbers on the face and the solid gold Mickey Mouse in the center.
Well, now I know why you can't tell the time. Yeah,
Well, I'm certainly sorry to hear, Mr. Brown, that in saving me, you lost a valuable watch.
Yeah, well, let's not get upset, Miss Randolph. Of course, if you feel responsible, that watch can be replaced in a second for $300.
Yeah, and don't worry about the $30 shoes that were sucked off my feet by quicksand when I jumped in neither.
Oh, that's too bad, Mr. Brown.
Of course, that's only part of Mr. Brown's losses. I hate to mention it, but I lost a $125 portable radio myself. I was listening to one of them afternoon programs at the time of the accident.
But how could a radio figure in the rescue?
Well, you see, when we first see you struggling in the water, you hollered, "Throw me something." And in the excitement, I throwed you the radio. You grabbed for it, but it was too heavy to float, and you and young Widow Brown went down together. That's what happened.
Well, getting back to the reward, gentlemen, it's obvious that it would be an insult to try to reimburse you with money.
Well, now, wait a minute, Sheriff. It's pretty hard to insult, you know.
I think I have a solution to the problem. I'm going to do something that will bring even more satisfaction to men of your position.
Yes, what's that?
Well, I know that you men must contribute to many worthy organizations. And so if you'll just give me the name of your favorite cause, I'll write them out a check for $500.
Well, you see, Miss Randolph, we got so many worthy causes that we're going to have to sift through them, and call you tomorrow.
All right, I'll expect your call. And it'll be a great pleasure for me.
Yeah, sir.
Thank you, gentlemen, and good day.
Yeah, good day, sir.
So long, Mr. Randolph. You know, Kingfish, the next time I see a fellow drowning, I'm going to dive down to him with a blank check and one of them pens that's right underwater.
Now, here's an amazing money-saving offer. With 2 box tops or wrappers from any Lieber product, Rinso, Spry, Lifebuoy, Swan, Silver Dust, Lux, or Lux Flakes, you can save up to 50% on finest quality Regal aluminum ware. Regal ware is heavy-duty, pure aluminum, beautifully modern, with no-burn Bakelite handles. Sunray finished inside, silver bright outside, built for years of service. For 2 box tops and 75 cents, you can get 2 round, deep, durable 8-inch layer cake pans, or for 2 box tops and $1, you can get a beautiful extra heavy 9-inch frying pan. Or for 2 box tops and $1, you can get a 2-quart covered saucepan. The address is Lieber Brothers Company, Box 1, New York City. Shipment will be made within 3 weeks post-paid. This offer is limited to the United States, Alaska, and Hawaii, subject to state and local regulations. Your dealer has handy order blanks and complete details. So see him right away. And remember that address, Lieber Brothers Company, Box 1, New York City.
Well, Stonewall the lawyer.
Come in, Kingfish.
Well, you busy?
Well, I'm defending a client accused of murder here, see. It's one of the strangest cases I ever had.
Yeah, well, what's strange about it?
Well, the victim was found in a room. There was no windows. There was no footprints of any kind leaving the house. The door was locked from the inside. The police had to break it down to get in.
Yeah, well, why did they blame your client?
They found him in the room with the body.
Now, when I look, Stonewall, I got a problem. Me and Andy pulled some rich fella out of the lake in the park. Now, he's willing to give us a reward for it, but he insists on giving it to one of my pet causes that we is interested in, you see.
Yeah, well, you ain't got no problem there, Kingfish. All you got to do is make up your own cause.
Yeah, I think I see. Wait a minute. Exactly what is you driving at?
Well, for instance, now, tell him that you're interested in sending fellows to college. Call it the Stevens Scholarship Foundation or something like that.
Yeah, that's a great idea, Stonewall. I'll do it. Yeah, and maybe after I get my hands on the money, I can find some way to freeze Andy out of the whole mess.
Yeah. Well, I got to get going, yes. I'm always doing something for somebody.
Yeah, tell me this, where are you going now?
Well, I got to go up and sing again, talk to the parole board. I've been up there every month for the last 18 months.
Yeah, well, why did you have to go up there every month and talk to him? Who is you trying to get out?
Nobody. I'm on probation.
Now, remember, Anna, when Mrs. Randolph's going to be here any second now, and we got to convince him that we is running a scholarship foundation.
Well, why has we got Shorty the barber in the other room?
Well, now, he is going to help us. Shorty going to help us.
Yeah, wait a minute. Here comes Mr. Randolph down the hall. Look at here.
Yeah, come in, Miss Randolph. Be with you in just a second. Well, Miss Brown, getting back to our favorite worthy cause, we got 3 boys left over to send to college.
Well, so this is your favorite cause, sending boys to college. Do you do this on a large scale?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is just an average week. And we has already sent 4 boys to Notre Dame, 2 boys to Johns Hopkins, and 3 to Arthur Mary's. Yes, sir.
Yeah, education is important, all right.
Tell me, Mr. Stevens, how did you ever happen to get interested in sending these boys to college?
Well, me and Mrs. Brown never had the chance of going to college, and it makes it kind of tough, too. We find not being college men kind of leaves us out of things.
What do you mean, Mr. Stevens?
Well, for instance, when we go to a football game, everybody waves a pennant from their own alma mater. There's the fellows from Yale on one side of the stadium waving the Yale pennant. The fellows from Harvard on the other side waving the Harvard pennant. There, me and Mr. Brown sits alone in the bleachers waving the pennant from the Green Bay Packers. You see, that's what we
Yeah, we is out of things, all right. At a football game, they won't even sell us a chrysanthemum.
Yes, I see what you mean.
Oh, everybody goes to college. Even my own wife went to college.
Did she get a degree?
Oh, yes, sir. Graduated with honors. Magna cum laude most. Oh, yes, sir.
Do you ever see any of these boys after they get out of college?
Well, seeing the boys after the... yeah, the truth of the matter is we're waiting for a student now. I said we was waiting for a student.
Say, that sounds like the Harvard knock. Come in.
Andy, look. Can this sophisticated, polished young man be the same ragged bum we sent to Harvard?
Hiya, fellas.
Mr. Randolph, 4 years ago, we found this intelligent young man with this outstanding mind. We gave him the tuition and sent him to Harvard. Tell us, young man, how was your 4 years at Harvard?
It was one of the most delightful... It was the best of 4 years of my life. It was the most valuable... I couldn't find the place.
You couldn't find the place.
No, I got on the wrong train and ended up at Princeton.
Well, anyway, you got in a alma mater someplace.
Yeah, so sending boys to college is great, all right.
Yeah, not just what it's done for me, but what it's done for others, too.
What do you mean?
Well, when my father was young, he was nothing but a plain street cleaner. Then someone took an interest in him and sent him to college for 4 years. He done so well that they gave him a postgraduate course for another 4 years.
8 years in college. Well, I guess today your father is a pretty important man.
I'll say he's the only street cleaner in town that goes to fraternity meetings.
Well, Shorty, we is so glad that you've done so well up at Princeton.
Yes, it was a pleasure to pay your tuition, because we got great reports on you.
Yeah, there's one thing at Princeton, though, that I didn't like.
And what was that, may I ask?
Well, I found the faculty was... the law school was entirely... The method of education... The camp of the school... no girls.
So you see, Mr. Randolph, that is our worthy cause.
If that's the way you want it, that's fine. I'll have a check here tomorrow for $500. Who shall I make it payable to?
George Stevens.
Wait a minute.
Well, I'll explain it to you later, Andy. Now, wait a minute. Let him take out the check to George Stevens. Here's the check for $500 made payable to me. I just called Sapphire and told her to order the clothes. Now I just got arranged so Andy won't get nothing here. Come in, Ender.
Hey, Kingfish, did that check get you?
Oh, yes, Ender, I got the check right here.
Yeah, well, tell me something. Explain to me why you done had that check made out to you, will you?
Well, Ender, look here now. I done took this $500 check down to the judge at the city hall, and I got a ruling on it. According to the drowning laws, you ain't entitled to 1 penny of this, wait a minute. Hello, George Stevens speaking.
Mr. Stevens, I understand that Mr. Cyrus Randolph was up visiting you. Do you happen to know where he is now?
No, I don't. Who is this anyway?
Well, this is the Hopewell Sanitarium. Mr. Randolph is one of our patients. He ran away and rented a hotel room somewhere and seems to be up to his old tricks.
What do you mean?
And worthless checks. And if you run across him again, just call us up here at the Hopewell Sanitarium, and we'll come up and pick him up.
Yeah, okay, goodbye.
Now, Kingfish, what was you telling me just before that phone rung about the reward money?
Well, I was trying to explain to you, Ender, that I went down to City Hall with this judge, and the judge said that you ought to have the whole mess. And I go endorse this check over to you right now, and all I ask from you is a measly $25 for all the work I done on the kids.
Well, that sounds fair enough. Yeah, here's the $25 in cash.
Oh, thank you, Ender, and here's the check. Well, now, Ender, now that I got the cash in my pocket, I got news for you. That phone call was from the Hopewell Sanitarium. They was looking for Randolph.
For what?
His check ain't no good. So since talking to them, I thought of giving you this worthless check and getting $25 in cash. I just organized the idea a few seconds ago.
Yeah, well, I got news for you, Kingfish. That was my friend on the telephone. I organized the Hopewell Sanitarium.
You know, Andy, the hardest thing in the world to fool is a woman.
Yeah, you're right, Amos, you're right. That's why our announcer, Mr. Lake, don't never try no fancy language. He just speaks the simple truth.
And the truth, ladies, amazing as it may sound, is that new Rinso with Solium actually gets white clothes whiter than new, and washable colors brighter than new. Even on rainy days, even when wash is dried indoors, Rinso with Solium puts sunshine in your wash. See for yourself. Try new Rinso, the only soap with a scientific sunlight ingredient, Solium.
Good night, folks.
See you next Tuesday.
Don't let them whisper about you.
Don't let them whisper B.O.
Escape embarrassment. Get the only soap especially made to stop B.O., the soap used in the homes of 40 million Americans. The mild, refreshing soap with an exclusive purifying ingredient.
This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.
Columbia Broadcasting System presents a new comedy.
My Friend Irma.
Starring Marie Wilson as Irma and Kathy Lewis as Jane, with John Brown as Al and Leif Erikson as Richard.
Friendship, friendship, just a perfect friendship. When other friendships have been forgot, theirs will still be hot. My friend Irma.
There's a saying that opposites attracts, and I live with an opposite, my friend Irma. Now, don't get me wrong, I love that girl, but where Irma is concerned, the question is, how far can the opposite go? Like the time we went to the movies, and right in the middle of the show, I noticed Irma reading. Irma, I said, why are you reading instead of looking at the screen? And she said,
well, everybody tells me the book is better than the picture.
But who am I to complain? Irma gets along with everybody, even her boss.
John J. Clyde, attorney at law. Miss Peterson speaking. Oh, he's busy on the other phone, but I'll give him the message. Yes, important? Urgent? Matter of life and death? Oh, yes, I've got it all down. I'll tell him immediately. Gee, I got it all down except for one thing. I should have asked who it was.
Oh, well, all in a day's work. There'll be other calls. And now to finish this dictation. Dear Miss Irma Peterson. Isn't that strange? Someone with a name just like mine. This is to inform you that you are fired. Oh, that poor Miss Peterson.
Miss Peterson?
Yes, Mr. Clyde?
You read that letter? You're fired.
Me?
Yes, you.
But the letter said, Dear Miss Peterson. You never called me dear before. It just shows you the minute you let the boss get familiar with you, you're out of a job.
Miss Peterson, will you please go?
All right, but I don't think it's fair.
Fair. Miss Peterson, for the life of me, I don't know what goes on in that head of yours when I give you legal dictation.
Was something wrong?
Wrong? Why, if I hadn't checked the last batch of letters you typed, Senator Adams would be lobbying in Reno with Mrs. Park, and I would be suing President Truman for a divorce. Now get out. You're through. You're fired.
Then there's no hope for a raise?
Raise, Miss Peterson, will you please go?
Oh, all right, but don't think I'm worried about losing my job. You see, I don't have to work. I have a roommate who will take care of me because she's got a steady job and works for her boyfriend, so she can never get fired.
Richard Rhinelander Investments, Miss Stacy speaking. Yes, I'll check on it immediately. Richard, Mr. Gerard just called.
Forget Mr. Gerard, Jane. Say, what's this nonsense about you resigning from your job?
Well, Richard, I think my letter of resignation speaks for itself.
But why?
Richard, I've come to the conclusion that it's better to be the boss's wife and worry about the secretary than be the secretary and worry about being the boss's wife.
Jane, our personal life has nothing to do with our business relationship.
Richard, I'm sorry. In this case, it does. In fact, your entire office force is getting a new occupational disease. Keyhole squat and transomitis. Every time I come out of your office, somebody's either standing up or getting down.
That's just idle office gossip.
Well, it's embarrassing both to me and to you, and it's bound to reach the ears of your father, Richard, so I quit.
But how will you make a living, Jane?
Well, fortunately, Irma has a good, steady job. She'll take care of me like any other one. Well, 6 o'clock came, and I said goodbye to Richard. I went home feeling pretty low, but not as low as I might have felt if Mr. Phillips in the office across the hall hadn't stopped me. He gave me some extra work that I could do for him at home. Won't keep me in stables, but at least I won't be a burden on Irma. In fact, I don't think I'll even tell her. I'll just get my old typewriter from the closet and I'll start working tonight.
Jane? Oh, she's not home yet. Well, that's good. I won't tell her I lost my job until I've had a chance to talk it over with Al. He always knows the right thing to do.
Oh, hello, Irma.
Hi, Jane.
How'd things go today at the office, Irma?
Pretty good. How'd things go with you, Jane?
Pretty good. What's new with you?
Nothing. What's new with you?
Nothing. As long as we're speaking about nothing, where's Al? I haven't seen him for quite a while.
Oh, Al's working. He's got a job.
Al's working? When did he start?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Well, why hasn't he been around?
Well, he's been staying in bed all week preparing for it.
Al working. You know the age of miracles has come to pass. Honey, I'm going to go down to the drugstore for a minute, and by the way, I may keep you up late tonight because I'm going to do some extra work.
Well, Jane, I wouldn't do that. You know the old saying, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. And Richard would be jealous if he found out about Jack.
Huh? Well, I'll keep it a secret.
Gee, now that Al has a job, maybe he'll accept my proposal. Come in?
Hiya, chicken.
Oh, hello, Al. I didn't expect you so early.
I had to get out of bed. The landlady wanted to change the linen.
Al, how how's your new job working out?
Perfect. I quit.
But you haven't started yet.
Honey, I've been thinking it over. I go to work, right? Somebody has to pack my lunch, so I marry you. They work me like a dog. I come home, I'm irritable. We quarrel, then we fight. First thing you know, we're throwing things at each other. Finally, you get hit, you fall to the floor crying. No, Irma, no. For a little thing like a job, it ain't worth it to make you miserable.
Gee, Al, you're a real gentleman. Any other fellow would take the job and make me miserable.
Well, I'm glad you see it my way, kid.
Oh, I do, Al. Gee, it's a small world, isn't it?
What do you mean it's a small world?
Oh, the day before you quit your job, I get fired.
Fired? What happened, chicken? Did the boss get fresh?
Oh, no, Al. Everything between us was strictly Potomac.
Chicken, this is a problem. We got to find the answer.
Well, the important thing to me, Al, is not to be a burden to Jane.
Honey, I know exactly how you feel. All we got to do is promote some ready capital for you.
Well, gee, Al, how do you do that?
Well, there are several ways. You can go to the bank and borrow on your collateral, or you can take the collateral right to a hot shop and cut out the middleman.
Gee, pawn things?
Uh-huh. Now, what have you got of value that could get you ready money?
Well, the only expensive things I own are the ones you've given me. Like that plaster statue of Venus de Milo with a clock in her stomach. I'd hate to part with that, though, because you said it was imported.
Oh, certainly it was imported, honey. Because don't you remember when I gave it to you, I told you it was plaster of Paris? Came from France, you know. But that's too sentimental. What else?
Well, of course, Al, if it's necessary, there's that 10-carat diamond ring you gave me. You said that was worth thousands.
Well, honey, I bought at the peak. The way the diamond market has collapsed today, we'd be lucky to get $1 for it.
Well, there's my red silk World's Fair pillow.
Nothing.
Half a mahjong set.
Half of nothing.
Jane's typewriter.
Hold it, chicken. You don't have to go any further. You got a gold mine there. We'll pawn the typewriter.
But, Al, do you think we'd be doing the right thing pawning Jane's typewriter?
Chicken, that's finance. You got to take chances. How do you think the rich get rich?
They buy everything wholesale.
No, honey. They invest their money and make it work for them. Give me the phone.
Who are you going to call?
Who am I going to call? The one man who can make us rich. Joe. Hello, Joe? Al. Why didn't I call you? I was considering a job. All right, Joe, stop yelling. I've seen the error of my ways. Joe, gonna pawn a typewriter. We'll have some ready cash. What do you have that's a good investment? The Brooklyn Bridge. No, Joe. This is for personal friends. Sounds like a big deal. I'll be right over and bring the dough.
I finished my shopping, bought my typewriter ribbon, and when I get back to the apartment, I'm going to take a nice warm bath and get down to work. And since it looks as if I'll be able to pay my own way, I might as well tell Irma about losing my job. So I told her, and she said, "Huh?" "Yes, honey. Why should you seem so startled at the news?" "Gee, I hope you don't think I'll be a burden on you just because I haven't got a steady job."
Oh, no, Jane, you're my friend. You can share my clothes and my perfume, and if you want, you can even share Al with me.
Don't overdo it, kid.
Oh, Jane, I don't want you to worry about losing your job. Relax. You can lean on me like the Rock of Gibraltar.
Thanks, honey. I appreciate it.
Oh, I know you do, because I know what it means to a girl to know she's living with a rock.
Thank you, sweetie, but you won't have to share the entire burden, because tonight I'm getting out my old typewriter and start working to pay my share. By the way, where's the typewriter?
Huh?
The typewriter. You know the one. Oh, I know. It's in the closet. Well, I guess I'll go and take my bath. Later I'm going to type. Honey, would you mind getting the typewriter out for me and putting in the ribbon?
Huh?
Irma, I'm only mentioning the fact that I want to use the typewriter, and you keep saying, "Huh? Why these huns?"
Huh?
Well, it's been a privilege to sit in on this conversation. If you'll excuse me, I think I'll go and take a bath.
Oh, Jane, honey, be careful and try not to splash any water on the floor. It's still dinner time, and the man downstairs may be eating dinner.
Okay. Okay, I'll take it easy.
Now, come in.
Hiya, chickens.
Jane's taking a bath.
Again? That day makes up holidays.
Oh, Al, something terrible has happened. Jane's out of work.
This is disgusting. What kind of people am I mingling with?
Well, but something else terrible has happened. Jane needs the typewriter.
When?
Well, she's going to want to use it right after she finishes her bath.
Oh, well, don't worry, baby. Saw Joe. Gave him the cash I got from pawning the typewriter to invest. The money's working for us. All we got to do is sit here so that when Jane comes out of the bathroom, we can tell her she's wealthy. That must be Joe with the good news. Honey, stretch out your arms. I want to measure you for a mink coat. Hello? Oh, Joe. What's the good word? Need bail? Joe, what happened? Cops broke up the game. Joe. Joe, listen. Oh, you can't talk. They're taking it all down. Understand. By the way, remember, if they ask, you never saw me before. So long.
Well, Al, what happened? What happened to Joe?
Wait till I take off my hat and bow my head, and I'll tell you.
Well, what is it, Al?
Chicken, as it must come to all men, the sheriff came to Joe.
And now it's the King's Men with Lud Gluskin and his orchestra and their arrangement of Little Liza Jane. I got a gal and you got none, Little Liza Jane. I got a gal and you got none, Little Liza Jane. She's so pretty, I do declare, Little Liza Jane. With big brown eyes and wavy hair, Little Liza Jane. Oh, Little Liza Jane. Oh, Little Liza Jane. Come, my love, and marry me. Little Liza Jane. See how happy we will be. My little Liza Jane. I'll go buy a wedding ring. My little Liza Jane. We'll be married in the spring. My little Liza Jane. Oh, little old Liza Jane. Oh, little Liza Jane. Then one day in the middle of May, little Liza Jane, away she ran with a traveling man who stole my Liza Jane. Oh, little Liza, when I heard the news, oh, little Liza, I got the blues. And the blues so awful bad, I jumped aboard a train, made up my mind to try to find my little Liza Jane. Way down south in Tennessee, I got off the train. Who was waiting there for me but little Liza Jane? Oh, little Liza Jane. Oh, little Liza Jane. Took my honey by the hand, got back on the train, stole her from the traveling man, sweet, sweet Liza. Now we live in Baltimore, me and Liza Jane. Lots of chillin' round the door, just like Liza. Liza Jane, Liza Jane, how I love my Liza Jane.
Well, it was 8 o'clock, and I decided that if I wanted to make any headway, I'd better get started with my typing. As I entered the room, Irma was reading last week's newspaper. Irma likes to read old newspapers. That way she can always predict what's already happened. I noticed that there was something different about the room. The sofa on which Irma had draped herself had been moved directly in front of the closet door in which I kept my typewriter. I said, Irma?
Yes, Jane?
Why'd you move the sofa?
The sofa?
Think fast, Irma.
Well, I don't want the sofa in front of the piano. I don't want the sofa in front of the phone because I don't like people talking behind my back.
Irma, you didn't move the sofa in front of the closet because there's something in there you don't want me to see.
Oh, that isn't the reason. It's because there's something in that closet I don't want you to see that isn't there.
Now, just let me think calmly. This is the first time in 6 months that I've wanted to use the typewriter. So what is the most logical thing to expect? Irma, where did Al pawn the typewriter?
Gracie, how can you say that? Where did Al pawn the typewriter? Al has pride. You know he'd never tell me.
So you let him take the one thing that I depended upon to see me through this crisis.
Well, don't say the one thing. Al considered everything. I was even willing to pawn the genuine pearl necklace he gave me.
Why didn't you?
Well, you know, when you take it out of the icebox, it melts.
Okay, Irma, okay. I was afraid of being a burden to you, but now that you've taken the tools of my trade away from me, I'm not going to get another job. I'm just going to let you support me. Irma, you can work for two.
Jane, I can't even work for one.
What do you mean?
I've been fired.
Fired? Irma, how did that happen?
I don't know. I'd write a letter, then I'd have to write another letter explaining what I wrote. Then my boss, Mr. Clyde, would have to write another letter apologizing for my explanation.
Oh, honey, well, why didn't you tell me?
Well, I figured two can live as cheap as none. Besides, there's Al.
Yeah, I see what you mean by none. Well, now I understand everything, honey, but why did you pawn the typewriter?
Well, we wanted to make some money to take care of you. You see, Joe had a good proposition.
Uh-oh, Joe again, and something no doubt happened to Joe's deal?
Yes, while he was dealing. Jane.
What?
Are you angry at me?
How could I be, darling? You were thinking, and whenever that happens, we have to be satisfied with pot luck.
Hiya, chicken. Hello, Janie.
Well, if it isn't King Midas, everything he touches turns to 3 gold balls.
Now, wait a minute, Janie. Don't get angry. I'm sorry for what I've done. And I realize if I was a lawyer, I would be disbarred. If I was a doctor, they'd take my license away.
Well, what about it?
Just wanted you to know you're not dealing with a professional man.
Oh, well, there's really no need for any explanations. I know you're sorry. I suppose it's my fault as much as anybody. I shouldn't have quit my job in the first place. Imagine me wanting you and Irma to take care of me. You know, that's one of the silliest, most terrifying thoughts I've ever had.
You feel badly about losing your job, huh, Jane?
Well, I feel badly about quitting when I didn't have to. Now we're all in a bad financial mess. I think I'll go out and get some air and try and think this thing out.
Oh, this is terrible. Jane's out of work, and I'm out of work, and you're out of work, and no money coming in, and...
Honey, let us carefully analyze the situation and see what can be done. Now, as I see it, there are 3 things we can do. First, there's a chance of me getting a job. So we immediately go to number 2. That is your chance of getting a job. This takes us to number 3. That's Jane.
Well, but she quit and there's no going back now. You know, Al, once you burn your britches behind you.
Well, honey, you heard what Jane said. She's sorry. That girl wants to work. All right, so she's eccentric. But who are we to stand in her way?
Oh, but Al...
Believe me, Irma, Jane will never be happy. Nor will we, until we get that job back for her.
Oh, but how? I don't even know why she quit. Maybe she had a quarrel with Richard that developed into a misunderstanding.
Well, there's only one way to find out. We'll call up Richard and straighten him out.
Oh, no, Al, I don't think that would be right.
Gotcha, honey. Forget it. We won't call Richard. Instead, we'll call his father.
That seems more logical.
Well, certainly. You don't deal with messenger boys. You go right to the top, honey.
Well, Al, do you think it'll work?
Can't miss. He's the top man. And when you want a job back, always go to the top man. It gives you dignity. Besides, when he throws you out, you don't feel like such a bum.
Well, gee, Al, I'm so glad I have you to do my thinking for me because thinking gives me a headache. I also read that it makes your hair fall out, so I try not to think too much.
Swell, honey.
Because I know you'd never be happy with a bald-headed girl with a headache.
Operator, I want Hilltop 58...
Oh, that's a long-distance call.
Oh, why didn't you tell me? Operator, I was cut off. Get my number back immediately. Yes, it was Hilltop 5829.
Yeah, I'm nervous
nervous, Al.
Don't be nervous, chicken. You talk to him, and I'll tell you what to say. Here, take the receipt.
Okay, Al. Gee, wouldn't Jane be tickled if she knew what we were doing for? Hello? I'm Mr. Rhinelander II.
Your name is Jane Stacy, and you worked for him a long time.
My name is Jane Stacy, and I worked for you a long time. Al, I'm not Jane Stacy.
Never mind. See what I tell you. You're a reliable girl, and you've been with the firm ever since it's been established.
I'm an established girl, and I've been with your firm ever since it's been reliable.
Hold it, chicken.
Hold it, chicken.
You're a good typist. You never make a mistake. And what is more, you go out with his son.
I'm a good typist. I go out with your son. What is more, I never make any mistakes.
You're all wet, chicken.
You're all wet, chicken.
He shouldn't have fired you.
Al says you shouldn't have fired me. And what is more, guess what, Al?
What?
He hung up.
Well, he's a busy man. But don't worry, chicken. I'm sure you made an impression on him.
Well, I'm walking on air. I knew the only way to solve my problem was just to face it. So I called up Richard, and in 2 minutes we both realized how foolish we'd been. Now I have the job back, and I have Richard back, and if there's anything nicer than that, Santa Claus will just have to bring it. So I couldn't wait to get back to the apartment and say, Irma.
Yes, Jane?
Irma, listen, honey, forget everything I said. Our troubles are over. I got my job back.
Listen to her, Al. She got her job back.
Little does she know who got her job back.
What are you two up to?
Oh, never mind. You'll find out, and someday you'll thank us.
Come in. Richard, what are you doing here?
I haven't any place to go. My father won't even let me in the house.
I don't understand.
Jane, why didn't you tell me you'd called my father?
Me?
I knew you were angry at me for a while, but you didn't have to tell him all those weird things. That you were established and made no mistakes when you went out with me.
What?
Well, what is more, he's still my father. You have no right to call him chicken.
It's getting a little stuffy in here. I think I'll drift along.
Do that and keep drifting. Richard, I didn't make the call. Please try to understand. Oh, Irma, how could you?
I was only trying to help.
Only trying to help. Irma, if you and that fugitive from an employment office ever meddle in my affairs again, Irma, can't you see what you've done to me?
Jane, there's only one thing we can do. Let's go over and explain everything to my father, if only for my sake.
Yes, all right, Richard.
Oh, please, Jane, give me a chance to explain. I didn't mean any harm. I only wanted to... Oh, she's angry at me. She hates me. Oh, gee, they've all gone. I wish I were a man so I could feel like a forgotten man. But I deserve it because I made Jane unhappy. And even Al has left me. There's only one thing to do. Where's the pencil? To whom it may concern.
To whom it may concern. Do not drag the river for my body as I have hung myself. Signed, guess who? P.S. Don't tell Al he worries. Richard, did you hear that?
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Oh, no, it isn't, Richard. I'm terribly frightened. You don't know Irma.
But only someone out of her mind would do that.
I said you don't know Irma. Richard, what do we do?
Jane, if you're really worried, I think it's best to call the police.
Yes, the police. You're right, Richard, the police. Oh, dear, if she'd only waited to hear the news that we'd straightened everything out with your father.
Don't worry, dear.
Oh, I can't help it.
Operator, give me police headquarters.
Isn't there any word from the police yet? I'm going to go out of my mind.
Be calm, Jane. They'll find her.
I'm telling you both, you're on the wrong track. We got to use the same tactics they use with all my friends. Offer a reward.
Oh, no. Oh, heavens, I'm afraid it's too late. Oh, Irma. Did someone call me? Irma!
Chicken!
Oh, honey. Oh, Irma. Oh, gee. Oh, I'm so glad to see you. I never expected to see you again.
Neither did I.
Oh, listen, honey, no matter how much I yell at you, you must never toy with such ideas. We love you.
Well, Jane, I felt so unwanted that I wanted to... But it's all right now because, you see, before I could do anything. I met my old boss, Mr. Clyde. He begged me to come back to work. Why? Didn't he hire a new girl? Oh, he tried 10 of them, and they all sat around. But none of them could figure out what I wrote in the past 2 years.
Well, all was peaceful again. And once more, there were 2 breadwinners in the flat. But one thing still kind of troubled me, and so that night, after we'd said our prayers, I said to Irma, "Honey, tell me something. How did Al get the money to get my typewriter back?"
He sold my genuine pearls.
But you said he couldn't take them out of the icebox.
I know, he sold the icebox, too.
Well, that's my friend Irma.
My Friend Irma was written and directed by Cy Howard. Remember, next week, instead of dialing your telephone to listen to your best friend, dial your radio to this same Columbia station, same time, to listen to
My Friend Irma.
Starring Marie Wilson as Irma and Kathy Lewis as Jane, with John Brown as Al and Leif Erikson as Richard. Songs were by the King's Men with the music of Bud Gluskin and his orchestra. Horry Webster speaking. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
I'd rather have a Raleigh. I'd rather have a Raleigh.
I'd rather have a Raleigh.
I'd rather have a Raleigh. Because Raleigh are right. Right for taste and right for throat. From Hollywood, the Raleigh Cigarette Program, starring Red Skelton with Gigi Pearson, Verna Felton, our tiny singer Anita Ellis, Pat McGee and David Forrester and his orchestra, and yours truly, Rod O'Connor. It's a pleasure to bring you Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer's popular comedian and the star of the Raleigh Cigarette Program, Red Skelton.
Thank you very much, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, Red.
Hello, Rod.
Hello, Red. Hello, Rod.
Hello, Rod. Hello, Red.
Hello, Red. Hello, Rod.
Boy, I'll bet Bob Hope wish he had material like that. Hey, Rod, did you hear the good news? I found a place to live.
You really found a place to live?
Yeah, but I don't know what I'll do if Lassie comes home.
Well, say, Red, where did you get that black eye?
Oh, the black eye? Oh, well, that's a little thing I picked up in a department store.
Were you going to fight?
No, a bargain sale. Boy, clothes are really sure hard to get. You know, I went into one men's store, and I told the clerk that I wanted a new suit.
What did he say?
Oh, nothing. He just stood there in his BVDs and laughed.
Well, you know, you should have bought something for this nice California spring weather.
Yes, have we? Spring weather. You know, it's been so cold out here in California. The other night, Veronica Lake frozen over. There's a new way to use the English language. No kidding, I drove to the studio tonight and I saw a good humor man selling hot bricks.
Well, you know, I read where you're going to Philadelphia tonight to present the Poor Richard Award to Ted Gamble.
That's right.
Good old Philadelphia, the home of independence.
Yeah, with a branch office in Reno. Reno's the world's largest separation center, you know.
Well, you know, poor Richard was Benjamin Franklin.
Yes.
There was a great man with great sayings.
Yeah.
You know, I love his saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away.
Yeah, the United Steelworkers are using one of his sayings as a slogan. Strike while the iron is hot. Great saying.
Hello, Red.
Hello, Rod.
Say,
hello, Dave.
Say, where'd you get the black eye?
Oh, the black eye. Well, I'd rather not talk about it.
Well, speaking of Benjamin Franklin, have you heard the saying, a fool and his $51 soon part if he's a gun collector?
Yes, I heard that.
Well, say, when you were held up, Red, were you nervous?
Nervous. I was shaking so bad. I had a glass of milk, and I stuck my hand up, and when I pulled it down, I had a pound of butter.
Well, what kind of a gun is a P28 Luger?
Well, you've heard of guns that shoot 3 miles and then throw rocks at you?
Yeah?
Well, one of these guns shoots 3 miles, throws rocks at you, and then polices up the area.
Hello, Red.
Oh, hello, Anita. Say, you look a little nervous. What's wrong with you?
Well, when I got to the studio, some man chased me clear across the parking lot.
No kidding. That's awful. Did you see who it was?
No, it was too dark. But I fixed him. I pulled off my shoe and hit him in the eye.
Well, let's talk about Raleigh's Car a Day contest now.
Well, today is the last day, you know.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, tonight ends the Raleigh's Cigarette Car a Day contest. In behalf of all of us, I want to thank you wonderful people for your interest in this contest. We're only sorry that it wasn't possible to give every one of you a new Chevrolet. But we do have a couple of more winners.
Here's the winner of January 11th, Miss Norma Spaulding of Indianapolis, Indiana. Congratulations, Miss Spaulding.
And here's the winner for January 12th.
Mr. W.R. Hill of Chanute, Kansas. Congratulations, Mr. Hill.
More winners will be announced tomorrow night on the Hildegard Show. Be sure to listen.
Now, medical science offers you proof positive. Yes, medical science offers you proof positive.
No other cigarette is better to smoke. No other cigarette gives you less nicotine, less throat-irritating tars than the new, smoother, better-tasting Raleigh.
Yes, Raleighs are right. Right for taste and right for throat. For medical science now offers you proof positive. No other cigarette gives you less nicotine, less throat-irritating tars. No other is better to smoke. So next time, ask for Raleigh's.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. And now, lovely Anita Ellis sings, Aren't You Glad You're You?
Every time you're near a rose, aren't you glad you've got a nose? And if the dawn is fresh with dew, aren't you glad you're you? When a meadowlark appears, aren't you glad you've got two ears? And if your heart is singing too, aren't you glad you're you? You can see a summer sky, or touch a friendly hand, or taste an apple pie. Pardon the grammar, but ain't life grand? And when you wake up each morn, aren't you glad that you were born? Think what you've got the whole day through. Aren't you glad you're you? You can see a summer sky, or touch a friendly hand, or taste an apple pie. Pardon the grammar, but ain't life grand? And when you wake up each morn, aren't you glad that you were born? Think what you've got the whole day through. Aren't you glad you're you? Aren't you glad you're you?
The first story from our Skelton scrapbook of satire is entitled Local Department Stores.
Our characters are fictional. If there's any similarity to persons living, they must be characters.
Chapter 57 is entitled Nylon Counter. Most people think a department store clerk's life is a happy one. But in the locker room, we can always find the manager giving the sales force a pep talk.
Good morning, good morning. I wasn't the traffic awful this morning. Cars were parked so close that... Goodness me. Well, cars were parked so close this morning. I don't know what I'm doing in the music department here. You know, I stuck out my hand to make a left turn and somebody shook it. Stole my engagement ring, too.
Mr. Numbskull, do you realize that you're late again? What's your excuse this time?
I had to go back for a package of Raleigh cigarettes. Now, let's see you bawl me out for that one. Okay, go ahead.
Well, in the future, be on time.
Oh.
We're installing a new time clock. If you punch it late, it punches you back.
Yeah.
Now, clerks, pay attention. Today is the opening of our big clearance sale.
Oh.
Miss Dowd, you'll be in women's shoes department.
Yes, sir.
J. Newton Numbskull.
Yes, sir.
You'll work the nylon stocking counter.
Holly Vogue nylon stocking counter? You mean Murder Incorporated. You can't do this to me. I was assigned to limited duty.
Other men have done it?
What did you say?
I said other men have done it.
Yeah, but they were expendable.
You're such a weakling. I don't see how you got through our basic training course.
Well, I should have never let you talk me out of enlisting in that Army and Navy store.
Well, buck up, Newton. Remember, ours is not the reason why. Ours is but to do and die.
Well, wait a minute. I got a wife and child. I haven't lived yet. Why don't you let Sneer do it? He's tasted butter.
I'm sorry, nylon stockings.
Oh, you can't do this to me. I'll do anything you say. Even water your carnation in your lapel during my lunch hour. But please, don't you realize I'm not a strong man? Remember what happened to Quigley? Oh, it was horrible, it was. He didn't last through 10 sales. And I saw those women outside when I came to work this morning. Spiked heels and long red fingernails. They ain't human, I tell you. They ain't human. I beg of you, don't put me on the nylon counter. You slapped me.
I'm sorry I had to hit you, old man. But you have your orders. If you don't carry them out, I'll have to assign you to KP.
No, not Kitty's plaything. No.
All right, clerks, set your watches. Another minute to a 0 hour.
Oh, let him come. I can't stand it. Really, I can't stand it.
He fainted. Maybe we're being punished for the way we treated customers during the war.
Ready, everyone? I'm going to open the door.
Let him come! Roll down again.
Chapter 58 is entitled Soddyville Shoplifters. At one time or another during our shopping career, we've come in contact with a clerk who's inefficient, or slow, or appears stupid, or Clemcadiddlehopper.
Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Well, I better get ready for the big sale today. I'll check the cash register here. Now, let's see. How much have we taken in so far today? $3.50. Another $1.50, I can start working for the store. Boy, what a sale. Everything is 50% off. Except me, of course. I'm 100% that way. Oh, here's a customer. Howdy doody, ma'am. What can I do for you, first?
Well, I don't know just yet. I'm trying to pick out something for my husband's birthday. If you were my husband, what would you want?
A divorce, if I could get it.
Now, let me see. Do you have any smoking jackets?
Well, any what?
Smoking jackets.
No, we got some old bathrobes back here and a box of matches. That's too fast for her. She didn't get it.
I think I'll take that shirt. How much is it?
That's $4.
$4 for a shirt like that?
Well, what are you kicking about? They cost $5.
Well, if they cost $5 and you sell them for $4, how do you make any money?
We own the parking lot at Santa Anita. Some women are so dumb, you know.
How on earth did you get a job in this store anyway?
Well, they needed someone with enough personality to keep the window dummies company. I barely passed the test, of course.
I'm going to report you. Where can I find the manager of the store?
He's out shopping.
Why doesn't he shop here?
His credit ain't no good.
Howdy, Clem.
Well, Sarah, do howdy doody to you, too.
Clem, did you hold out some N-Y-L-O-N-S?
N-Y-L-O-N-S?
Uh-huh.
Boy, is she dumb. She can't even spell butter.
Tom, you're a moron.
And I made it without any help from you.
Look, corn-fed, don't insult me, or I'll slap you so hard your teeth will rattle.
Oh, yeah? Well, I dare you. I would like to see you do this, to coin a phrase. Oh. Well, that's what I like, is a woman who will take orders.
I'm reporting you to the manager.
Oh, go ahead, old...
Oh, no, Clem, see what you did.
Oh, I don't care. I'm a little nervous. How'd you like to have lunch with me?
Well, what time is it, Clem?
Well, it's about... That's funny. My watch is gone. My Mickey Mouse took a powder. I've been robbed, but my quarter for lunch is gone, too.
Oh, and my gold-plated pencil. Where it's gone, too?
There's a pickpocket in the store. Oh, yesterday there were some complaints about pickpockets, too. They were picking the pockets of the pickpockets.
Clem, do you think that maybe that woman could have taken your watch?
Well, we'll find out. Come on, I'm on her trail. Come on. Go in here. Hey, Mr. McGinn, did you see a big woman with a voice like an echo?
Yes, I was just showing her this piano.
What piano?
Good heavens, it's gone.
Oh, you're right, Clem. She's our man. She's a kleptomaniac.
Well, politics ain't going to help her. Maybe she's in this reducing department over here. Come on.
Well, hello, Mr. Pilson.
You know what, dear? I lost 4 pounds.
And we know who took her. Come on, let's go get her. Come on.
Well, hurry up, Clem, before she gets away.
Let's take this elevator. Maybe she'll get on there.
Well, Clem, you're supposed to open the doors first.
This ain't no time for details. Come on, let's get on the elevator. Why, that dirty thief stole the elevator.
Now, medical science offers you proof positive. Yes, medical science offers you proof positive.
No other leading cigarette is better to smoke. No other cigarette gives you less nicotine, less throat-irritating tars than the new, smoother, better-tasting Raleigh.
Ed Sullivan, famous newspaper columnist, says, quote,
Raleigh's are right. I've studied the test, and it's true. Medical science has proved no other cigarette can beat Raleigh's for less nicotine, less throat-irritating tars, for actually better smoking.
Yes, man after man, and lovely ladies, too, say Raleigh's are right. And no wonder. Exhaustive scientific tests of America's 6 biggest-selling brands, certified by 8 distinguished doctors, including eminent throat specialists, have just proved conclusively no other cigarette gives you less nicotine, less throat-irritating tars. No other is actually better to smoke. See if you two don't agree Rawleys are right. Right for taste and right for throat. Try Rawleys. Enjoy Rawleys rich tobacco. That milder, smoother, more satisfying Rawley flavor. Remember, medical science now offers you proof positive.
No other leading cigarette is better to smoke. No other cigarette gives you less nicotine, less throat-irritating tars than the new, smoother, better-tasting Rawley.
Now to Chapter 60, a new musical picture beautifully blended by David Forrester and his orchestra entitled Sympathy.
Chapter 59 in our Skelton scrapbook is entitled Children's Department. When a clerk is bad, he's punished by having to work in the children's department. And it's considered capital punishment when a customer like Junior, the mean little kid, comes in.
Now, we're going into the store to buy you some shoes.
Okay.
And I know you're going to behave, aren't you?
You know, at times that trusting old soul talks like a stranger in town.
Junior.
Yes?
Go sit down while Grandma looks at some socks for your grandfather.
Okay, kiddo. Oh, boy. Oh, look at that big stack of shoe boxes. That makes me mouth water. I wonder what would happen if I accidentally bumped into him on purpose. Maybe Grandma wouldn't feed me. And then again, maybe she would. And then again, I don't know why I was wasting my time thinking about it. I'm going to do it anyway. Here goes the bottom box. Experiment completed.
What happened?
What happened? I don't know. Take it up with a fact-finding board. All these boxes fall down.
They just fell, did they?
Yeah, they just fell.
And you had nothing to do with them falling?
They fell. I was standing here and I was... I might have nudged them away, you know.
That's Just what I thought.
Yes.
Now sit down and act like a little gentleman.
No. Okay.
Pretty bright today, aren't you, Junior?
Yeah, you going to buy me some shoes, is you, Grandma?
Yes, dear. And when you get your new shoes, I want you to be a little more careful with them.
Yeah, is they going to fit me this time, or do I have to grow into them again?
Now, Granny knows what's best for you.
Can I have some cowboy boots like Roy Rogers wears? Some...
If you don't stop kicking tin cans, I'll get you some like his horse Trigger wears.
I'm a horsey.
Well. Good morning, madame.
We'd like to see some shoes for the little boy.
Yes.
For the little boy?
Yes.
Well, then how would you like some pumps?
You mean those patent leather shoes?
Yes.
With little bows in the front?
Yes.
Very thin soles?
Yes.
Wouldn't wear a pair to a dog fight. I like them cowboy boots like Roy Rogers wears.
I see. Well, now, let me see. I think I have something that you will like here.
That's
Let's see. How about some nice white shoes?
Oh, no. Black or brown will be better for him.
Well, get me some white ones. I can darken them in no time.
Well. Now, here, let's try these here on for
Okay.
size. Now, give me your foot. Take your shoes off. Take them off.
Okay. Well, untie them first. You almost pulled me with a leg off.
Well, I'm very, very sorry. Here, give me your foot.
No.
Come on, give me your foot. We'll try the shoes on them. Give
foot.
me your foot.
No, let go of me, but I'm tickly. Come on. No, I can't tell anybody touch them. I don't want me.
Well, Sonny, try to stand it for just a second. Give me your... Come on. Let me have it.
I can't stand it. I can't stand it. Here, now let go of me.
Stop kicking me in the face.
Junior, quit it this very minute.
Where did my uppers go?
There's on the end of me foot. Look at him sneer.
Junior, did you do that on purpose?
Well, now, really, Grandma, does I look like the type of a little boy that would do something like that on purpose?
Yes.
Well, I didn't get very far that time. Hey, how about my cowboy boots like Roy Rogers wears?
I'd like to give you some boots where they do the most good.
Yeah, I got that.
Put this shoe on.
Yeah, okay. Look at that shoe. Look what it's doing to me. And now I'll teach it. I'll show that shoe. There.
Good heavens! Why did you throw that shoe through the showcase?
I'll teach it to stick its tongue out at me. Anyway, I don't want shoes. I want a pair of boots like Roy Rogers wears.
All right. If you really want them, try them on. I don't think that's practical, but anything to get you home in a hurry.
Granny, you wasn't with me. You were just kidding me.
Oh, no? Well, you just keep laughing, kiddo. That's all. Now, try those boots on.
Okay, I will. There, oh boy, they're just like Roy Rogers wears.
Now, you can walk in them, but be careful. The bottom's awfully slippery.
Look, Karloff, I know what you're hoping. But don't worry, I don't fall down. Don't worry. If I heal you up... I didn't fall. I just lay down on the floor to catch my breath. I didn't fall. It wasn't the boots' fault, really. It wasn't. Don't take the boots away from me. I learned to walk in them. I will. Please, I want the boots so bad.
Oh, don't.
Don't take the boots away from me. I always did this like Roy Rogers.
Poor baby. Wanted the boots so bad.
Yes, he wants the boots so bad.
Bless his little heart.
Yeah, bless his little heart.
Stop crying.
I want the boots.
Will you take those?
I want the boots so bad.
Wrap them up.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Well, now, really, you shouldn't have done it, Grandma. You know.
And I'll make out the bill for the boots and one showcase.
Oh. Well, hey, Grandma, what made you change your mind? Why are you going to buy me the boots now?
Well, I changed because of the picture poster on the wall of that little child.
Really? Boy, what kind of shoes is that little kid wearing? I never seen nothing like that before. What is that?
Those are special shoes with braces.
Really?
That little child has infantile paralysis. It's a dreadful disease that takes hold when we least expect it. It's our most deadly enemy.
Well, Why don't the people do something about it to stop it? They stop the Germans and the Japs, they do.
They're doing everything they can, but it takes money.
You mean they have to ask grown-up people to give money for something so important? You know, Grandma, kiddo, sometimes I'm afraid to grow up, you know. I might get like some of them people. Everybody seems to want something in return for a little money nowadays, don't they?
Junior, in this case, for every cent that's given to the March of Dimes, something better than money is received in return. Good health for a lot of little children.
Well, Grandma, I tell you what. You take the boots and tell them not to wrap them up. You send that money to them little kids, because I really don't need the boots, you know. You send the money to the March of Dimes, and then the next time I see some little kid who's well and running down the street, I will say to myself, well, there goes me cowboy boots like Roy Rogers.
Red Skelton, David Forrester, and his orchestra, Anita Ellis, Bernard Felton, Gigi Pearson, Pat McGee, and yours, Julie Rod O'Connor. Until next Tuesday, then, this is Red Skelton saying goodbye now. Thanks for listening, and remember the March of Dimes. And remember, listen to Hildegard tomorrow night, and The People Are Funny Without Linkletter Friday night over most of these stations. Red Skelton is heard in this program through the courtesy of Metro Goldwyn Mayer.
Sir Walter Raleigh. That's the tobacco that leaves your pipe clean as a whistle. It's carefully blended from rich, ripe burleys and mellowed with just a touch of rum to enhance a natural, full-bodied flavor. Get Sir Walter Raleigh, the quality pipe tobacco of America.
Red Skelton is brought to you by the Brown and Williamson Tobacco Corporation.
This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.
Oh, it's the life of Riley when it's Pabst Blue Ribbon you drink. The finest beer served anywhere, so let the glasses clink. Oh, east or west or north or south, there's nothing like it at all. Sure, you're living the life of Riley when for Pabst Blue Ribbon you call. When for Pabst Blue Ribbon you call.
Pabst Blue Ribbon, finest beer served anywhere, proudly presents The Life of Riley, starring William Bendix as Riley. In a small bedroom in a house on a quiet residential street, an ashen-faced man lies huddled on a bed, fully clothed, listening to the clock tick away the few moments he has left to live. Icy fingers of terror are clutching at his heart. Cold beads of sweat glisten on his forehead as he waits for the sound of a shot that will signal his doom. And who is this poor, quivering, cowardly wretch? Our hero, Chester A. Riley. Rising from the bed, he moves stealthily to the window, carefully lifts the edge of the shade, and peers out. And then... Our hero clutches his chest, spins around, and falls to the floor on his face. He groans once. And then... silence. Get up, Riley. That wasn't a shot. It was only the backfire of a car. You're still alive.
I'm alive? What a revolting development this is.
You've only yourself to blame. You got yourself into this spot. Remember, Riley, remember how it all started just a week ago? Remember what you said when you came home that day and your wife, Peg, told you the news?
No, I don't believe it, Peg. It ain't true. Our Junior wouldn't do a thing like that. Junior, tell me it ain't true.
It's true, all right. Egbert told Honeybee Gillis, and she told me.
Oh, how much?
He bet twice. 25 cents the first time and 35 the second.
Betting on horses. Only 13 years old and you're betting on horses. When I was your age, I didn't know one end of a horse from the other. And you, my own son. No, it can't be true. Not you. I brought you up to be honest and straight. Tell me it ain't true. Say something, Junior. Anything. Lie to me.
Yeah, it's true, Pop.
He admits it. A gambler. A horse bettor. Your son, Peg.
Well, he's your son, too.
No, not anymore. I'm disowning him. You heard that, Junior? You're no son of mine. Leave this house. Go on, get out this minute and never come back.
Okay, Pop. That's the way you feel.
Not so fast. What kind of a man do you take me for? Do you think I let a 13-year-old kid go out on his own without a cent and have to mooch food, sleep in alleys at night? You ain't leaving this house unless I go with you.
Junior, how did you get started on an awful habit like this?
Yeah, that's what I'd like to know. We live in a decent neighborhood. We got respectable friends. We send you to school. Where did you find this bookmaker?
At school.
What?
This fella, his name's Two-Bit Mulligan. He came around the schoolyard and he asked all the kids if they wanted to make a little spending money. I didn't see the harm, so I gave him a quarter.
Oh, all right. A kid's entitled to make one mistake, but you kept on betting.
I didn't want to, Pop, but the next time he got tough. He said we better bet or else. I was scared. He works for Big Louie.
Big Louie?
Well, who's Big Louie?
Don't you read the papers? He's the biggest gangster in town. King of the underworld. He's got his finger in every racket. I don't know how many murders he's committed.
Oh, well, why don't they put a man like that in jail?
They can't. He pays his income tax. Hey, this is more serious than we thought. This is organized crime. Big Louie's moving in on the school. But he won't get away with it. I'll fix his clock.
Riley, where are you going?
I'm taking action. I'm going to lay it right on the line. This bookmaking with kids has got to stop, I'll say, or else.
No, Riley. Now, you can't talk that way to this Big Louie.
Who's going to see Big Louie? I'm getting tough with Junior's principal, old man Pendleton.
You must be mistaken, Mr. Riley. I find it hard to believe that such a dreadful situation exists. Sometimes boys have a tendency to exaggerate.
Look, Mr. Pendleton, my Junior's no dope, is he?
Well, of course not. He's one of the brightest boys in my school.
And I ain't no dope either, am I? Look, Junior's no dope, is he?
Well, perhaps a few of the boys have been wagering, and I'll put a stop to it.
But it's not just a few. It's practically the whole school. It's organized. This Big Louie's moved in.
Well, we'll investigate, and I'll send in a report.
That'll take too long. I want you to take action now.
But I can hardly do that until I have proof.
Oh, you want proof? Okay, I'll give you proof. There's a lot of kids out in the yard. Come with me.
Just what do you have in mind?
Well, I'll pretend that I'm a bookie, and you'll see how many bets I collect.
You can't do that.
No, you stay out of sight in the doorway here. I'll be right back. Hey, kids! Hey, you over there!
What do you want, mister?
Hi.
Hi.
What do you like at Lincoln Fields tomorrow, Sonny?
Hey, you're new. Where's Two-Bit Mulligan?
Well, he's been promoted to a high school. I'm taking all the bets here. No.
Okay. Here's 2 bits on the nose on honeymoon. I'm Billy.
I got you, Billy.
And I'm betting 20 cents on Madame Fury to show. It's for my kid brother, Archie.
Got you. Who else?
Here's 10 cents on Sister Sue across the board.
Got you. Come on, kids. Get your bets down. $3.40, $3.50, $3.55, $3.60 in bets, Mr. Pendleton.
It's shocking.
And I only worked 20 minutes. I could have collected 20 more.
It's the most shocking thing I've ever encountered. But we'll take immediate action.
That's what I want to hear.
Mr. Riley, I cannot thank you sufficiently for what you've done.
I was only doing my duty as a citizen. I believe that gambling and crime don't pay, and honesty is the best policy. Good day, sir.
Oh, Mr. Riley.
Yes?
You forgot to give me the money you collected from the children.
Oh, yeah.
There he is, across the street. That's him, all right. You sure that's the chiseler? Positive, Big Louie. I was late getting to school, see? When I gets there, the kids tell me all the bets was took. And they points out this mug. So I called you right away, Big Louie.
Okay, let's get him.
Hey, Mac.
Oh, you call me?
Yeah, hop in.
Oh, well, thanks. This is sweet of you. I just missed my bus. Oh, I sure appreciate this. It ain't everybody who'll give a stranger a ride.
We do it practically every day. You live around here, Mac?
Well, yeah, Blueview Terrace. I was just over to the school down the street. Say, do you know what's been going on down there? They're betting on horses.
Is that a fact?
Yeah, Big Louie had the whole thing organized.
You don't say.
Yeah, but he's through. The minute I stepped in and took over, Big Louie was finished.
They say this Big Louie's a tough character.
Tough? Tough, my eye. These gangsters are all yellow. Show me Big Louie and I'll show you a coward.
I'm Big Louie.
I'm the coward. Well, thanks for the lift. I think I'll walk.
Sit down.
Yeah, yes, sir.
So you took over, huh?
No, you don't understand. I wasn't taking over.
And what was you doing in the schoolyard?
Well, I was really trying to stop this. I was trying to fix this big... I had an idea I could... Yeah, I was taking over.
That's what I figured. You a Detroit boy?
No, sir.
You a Chi boy?
No, I'm just an Inglewood kid.
Then how come you don't know that in Inglewood everybody works for Big Louie?
Yeah, but...
Everybody. I'm a monopoly. Hand it over.
Hand what?
The bets.
The bets?
Yeah, how much?
$3.50.
Hand it over.
I ain't got it.
What? Don't... Hey, frisk him.
No, let go of my... Take your hand out of my... Give me down!
What a wad. $60.
Hey, that's pretty good. You did a lot better than 2 bits here. Riley, I like the way you do business. I'm making you my partner.
Yeah, but you don't understand. That there's my pay for...
Not all of it. I told you, we're partners. 50-50. Here's 10 for you, 50 for me. Now, look, I'm letting you handle this big exclusive. See that you turn in the bets regular.
But
no buts. I'm expecting around this amount every day.
No, I won't do it. I won't work for you.
Look, I don't like labor trouble. I don't like to argue. I like to reason with my partners. Maybe this will convince you. See what I got in my hand? You know what it is?
A water pistol?
I like you, Riley. You got a sense of humor. Okay, stop the car. Let him out. Okay, Riley. Don't forget to turn in the bets regular. And remember, when you work for Big Louie, honesty's the best policy.
It's a fine mess I got myself into. Taking bets from innocent little kids. How low can a guy get? Well, I better get started. No, I won't do it. I ain't going to do it. That Big Louie don't scare me, even if he is a killer. I ain't going to mislead little kids, teaching them to gamble, stealing their hard-earned nickels and pennies that they saved up to buy ice cream. I won't do it.
You won't do what, Riley?
Huh? Oh, well, too much ice cream is no good for kids. What are you doing here, 2 bits?
Paying off yesterday's bets? How you doing?
Well, I ain't started yet. It's so long.
Big Louie asked me to stick around, see how you work.
Yeah.
Well, better get started. It's almost post time.
Yeah, sure. Right away. Hey, kids!
Hi, Mister.
Any bets today?
Here, Mister. Sister Sue came in yesterday and paid 6 to 1, so I'm blowing my whole 60 cents on a parlay.
Okay, sister, 60 cents. Anybody else?
Hey, Joe, you want to play ball? Hi, Pop.
Hi, Junior. You placing any bets? Junior!
Pop! You're taking bets!
Oh. No, I'm
sure,
just...
he's a new bookie since yesterday.
Shut up! Junior, listen.
How could you? After what you said.
Yeah, but, Junior, it's a mistake.
Come on, Riley. You working for Big Louie or you running a kindergarten?
You're working for Big Louie. And you said he's a big crook.
Yeah, I know, but I couldn't help it.
Don't talk to me.
Junior, wait. Come back. I can explain. Junior, you're hanging an innocent crook. Oh, Peg, it's you.
Well, why'd you come in the back way?
Oh, why not?
No reason why not, but you don't have to sneak in your own house. What's the matter with you anyway? Well, you look worried. Is there anything wrong, dear?
No. Oh, no, nothing. Is Junior home?
Of course.
Did he say anything?
About what?
Oh, about anything special that might have happened today?
What do you mean?
Oh, no, nothing.
Well, yes, there is something. What might have happened?
Well, I don't know. He might have got married or... Married or...
Now, stop talking nonsense. Well, come on, let's have supper. It's on the table.
Mom, is supper ready? Oh.
Yes, right away, dear.
Thanks, Junior. I'm very grateful.
What are you thanking him for?
For not getting married.
What's the matter with you anyway? You're acting very strange.
Oh, me?
Yes, you. You act like one of those characters you see in those crime pictures.
Now, wait a minute. You've got no right calling me a criminal.
Well, I didn't say that.
In front of Junior yet.
I don't mind.
Junior!
Sit down and let's eat. Oh, Riley, speaking of criminals, did they catch that bookmaker who's been taking bets at school?
I don't know.
Oh, I hope they catch him soon.
So do I.
Well, maybe they won't catch him. Maybe he'll get away with it.
Well, I hope not. Don't worry, he won't. Sooner or later, some kid'll squeal on him.
You think so, Junior?
He'd be better off if he gave himself up and confessed.
Look, please, let's talk about something else, huh?
Well, do you know if the police...
Please, I said, let's change the subject.
Honest, I don't understand you, Riley. Yesterday you were blowing your top about this, and now you don't care.
That ain't that important.
Not important.
No.
Here's a cheap little crook teaching kids how to gamble. Well, I just hope they catch him soon and give him what he deserves. 10 years.
20.
Oh, wait. After all, maybe you're being a little too hard on the poor fella.
Well, now you're sticking up for him.
No, but you got to think of his family. He's probably got a wife and kids. How would you feel if you were married to a guy like that?
Don't worry. I'd never have married a creature like that.
But suppose you had, and then you found out about him.
I'd leave him so fast.
Oh, you wouldn't do that. What about the kids?
Don't worry about the kids. They'd leave with her.
You don't have no heart.
Why, Riley, how can you have any sympathy for a man like that?
Oh, Peg, be tolerant. There's some good in everybody. This here Bookie is probably a husband and a father with kids, and when he comes home...
He probably robs the kid's piggy bank.
You're telling me.
Junior!
I can't understand a creature like that. Doesn't he have a conscience? How does he feel when he sits in his living room at home with his pockets just bulging with the nickels and dimes and pennies he took from school kids? Oh, Riley, get some more bread.
Okay.
What's that?
It's nothing.
I heard something jingling.
It's my teeth. It's loose fillings. Remind me to have them filled. Okay, how much? Come on, I ain't got all day.
25 cents an Orphan Annie to win.
Okay, hand it over.
Why, Riley!
How much? Peg!
Well, what are you doing here at the school?
Well,
why aren't you at work?
Well, I took the afternoon off.
What for?
I'll tell you later. Let's get out of here, Peg. Come on.
Hey, wait. You forgot to take my money.
Huh? Oh, yeah.
For Orphan Annie.
Yeah, sure.
Why did that boy give you that money?
Well,
Who's this Orphan Annie?
Well, I'd rather not say.
Now, look, Riley. There's something funny going on here. If you don't tell me, I'll ask that boy.
No. I'll tell you. You see, there's this little girl, Annie. She's an orphan. No father and no mother, and Well,
what about her?
Well, she's sick. She's triple pneumonia, and she's got no dough. She's been evicted from her oxygen tent. I'm getting up a little collection from her schoolmates.
Oh, Chester, that's the sweetest thing I've ever heard. Helping this little orphan and not saying a word to anybody. That's real generosity.
That's the way I am. I ain't rich, but if I had the opportunity, I'd be the biggest philanderer in town.
Oh, I'm proud of you.
Hi, I've been looking all over for you. 50 cents more for Orphan Annie.
Hi, mister. Here's 30 cents for Orphan Annie.
Everybody's given. That's wonderful. I'd like to get in on this. Here's $2.
Oh, boy, $2. How you betting, lady? Win, place, or show?
What do you mean, betting?
Well, he's the bookie. He takes all the bets.
No. Yes. Chester Riley. Is this true?
No, take it easy, Peg. I can explain everything. You see, it was this way. The principal, I took bets, and then the car to 2-bit Mulligan. Hop in. How do you do? Big Louie. Oh, Shy Boy, Detroit Boy, Inglewood Kid. Monopoly, partner, your district, 10 for you, 50 for me, water pistol, or else... Now you know everything.
I was afraid this would happen someday. Now listen, you're going right to the police and tell them everything you know about this.
No, Big Louie will put a bullet through my brain.
Don't worry. You'll never hit a target that small.
Riley ain't here. Who's there?
It's me, Peg. Open this door.
How do I know it's you? How do I know you ain't Big Louie disguising your voice?
Oh, don't you know your own wife's voice?
Well, say something to prove that you're my wife.
Chester Riley, you're the most idiotic...
That's good enough for me. Wait a minute. I'll open the door. Come on, quick.
Oh, Riley, you got to stop this, barricading yourself in your own house.
But Big Louie is sure to come after me. They always get a squealer.
Now, nothing's going to happen. Now, come on and eat.
No, I can't take no chances. This is the safest spot.
All right, then, starve.
Just like a woman. She won't believe me. But when they pump me full of lead, I'll have the last laugh. A car. What was that? I better peek out the window. Maybe it's him. Oh, they got me. Oh.
Oh, there, Riley.
Who's that?
It is I, Digby Odell, the friendly undertaker.
Boy, that's what I call service.
Riley, you're not shot.
But I heard a shot.
Just a backfire from a car.
Oh, I thought... Well, how did you get in?
The door was open.
Yeah, I forgot to lock it. Well, I can't talk to you now, Digger. I'm in an awful jam on account of the kids in school.
Ah, yes, children can be very aggravating. Why, only yesterday...
Tell me some other time,
a gang of hoodlums pilfered a sign from a mattress store and hung it on the door of my business establishment. Oh, I was mortified. What do you think the sign said?
I don't know, and I don't care.
It said, give us a trial, and you'll sleep sounder than you've ever slept before.
Listen, what was that?
Nothing. Why are you so jumpy now?
Oh, I'm in big trouble. There's a gangster out to get me.
Oh, nonsense.
It's true. Big Louie, he's probably on his way here this minute.
Oh, no, he isn't. As a matter of fact, he's in jail. He was arrested today for his nefarious activity.
Honest?
No, just the opposite. That's why he was arrested.
Oh, gee, well, that's great. That's terrific. If Big Louie's out of business, then I got nothing to worry about. But did you tell Peg?
No.
Well, look, don't say anything. I got an idea. Oh, gee, you don't know what you've done for me. You put new life into me, Digger.
Well, I'll never get rich that way, will I? Cheerio. I'd better be shoveling off.
Hey, come here.
Well, so you've decided to come out.
Yes, I not only come out, but I come out fighting. I thought it over, and you were right. I'm going to act like a man. Even if Big Louie is after me with his gunman, he don't scare me. And I'll tell him so to his face right now.
Now, Riley, don't be foolish. Hang up. Don't look for trouble.
No, Peg, I got to prove to you that I ain't yellow. Hello? Let me talk to Big Louie. Well, pull him on. Now, you listen how I tell him off.
Hey, it's 7 o'clock. I got to hear a program.
Well, don't play that radio now, Junior. Hello, Big Louie. Riley talking. Listen, you rat, and listen good. How's that for a start?
Oh, Riley, don't.
Yeah, you heard me, Louie. That's just what I said. Rat. R-A-T-T. I'm so scared he's speechless.
So much for the Los Angeles smog.
Now listen, Louis. You may be a pretty tough guy.
Now for good news. Louis Maroney, alias Big Louis, notorious bookie and racketeer, was arrested today by a flying squad from the district attorney's office and is now being held in city jail.
Riley!
Big Louis was subdued by 9 detectives armed with tear gas.
Peg, will you please turn that thing off? Now listen, Louis. You heard what I said.
Riley!
I'm willing to meet you anytime, any place. A fight to the finish. The law of the jungle. Beast against beast.
Riley!
Oh, backing down, huh? Well, listen, Louis. If you won't come here, I'll go to where you are. You'll need
a cake with a file in it.
I'm bringing a cake with a file in it.
Riley.
Be quiet. I'm telling this guy off.
Riley. They just announced over the radio that Big Louis is in jail.
Oh.
Hang up the phone.
Goodbye, Louis. I was just trying to... I thought I could... I guess I ain't much of a man.
Well, heaven knows you're no hero, but you're all the man I was.
That's just like you, sweetheart. You always were satisfied with very little.
In just a moment, Riley will return. Have you noticed how many men help their wives to do the marketing on Saturday? I think I know 2 reasons. Friend wife wants the old man to pay the cashier, and friend husband, well, he usually picks up a couple of Pabst Blue Ribbon Handy 6 cartons, just to make sure there'll be enough of that delicious beer on hand to last till Monday morning. If you haven't yet discovered the Handy 6, pick one up tomorrow by that easy-to-carry handle. It contains 6 regular-sized cans of Pabst Blue Ribbon, the finest beer served anywhere.
Junior.
Yeah, Pop?
You didn't really mean what you said at the...
Pop?
You didn't really mean what you said at the table yesterday, did you?
Well, what did I say, Pop?
You know, about me being the kind of a guy who'd rob your piggy bank.
No, I didn't really mean it. I was just sore. I know you wouldn't do a thing like that.
Of course I wouldn't, Junior. And just to prove it, here, put this money back in your piggy bank. From now on, I'm going straight.
Pabst Blue Ribbon invites you to join us again next week to hear The Life of Riley, starring William Bendix as Riley. The Life of Riley is produced by Irving Brecker by arrangement with Universal International Pictures, now releasing Baghdad, a Technicolor picture starring Maureen O'Hara. Tonight's script is by Alan Lipskett and Reuben Shipp. Direction by Mitch Lindemann. Mrs. Riley is Paula Winslow, Digger Odell is John Brown, Jr. is Alan Reed Jr., and Big Louie is Alan Reed Sr. Consult your local paper for the correct time of The Life of Riley show on television over NBC each week. The Life of Riley is brought to you by the Pabst Brewing Company of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Newark, New Jersey, and Peoria, Illinois.